So, um, so you can so you can have the option of just like going around playing the game in general now. And then boss rush mode is like from the start menu. So you're not even like, it's not like an area in the map that you go. It's not like at the end of the game. It's not like you can just launch the game and play it.
Speaking of launching the game, we're starting the show.
All right.
So good morning, everybody.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's wait a few minutes before I run the intro. It's a little bit of a special intro this week.
Oh, okay.
We've got quite the wheel today, and it's a little bit of a big one. So we may or may not do everything on the wheel this week.
It is a big wheel.
Big wheels, big wheels, big wheels. So how's your week been, Fox?
My week has been well. Oh, well, a lot better than last week anyway. I was still getting over a cold.
Yeah, didn't you have an issue with bulls as well? Or was that the week before, or in the yard?
Oh, yes. No, that was... When was that? It was like a few weeks ago, but yeah. That was... Yeah, like 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, it was... They were just, a neighbor who has them down the road.
As they do.
Like, yeah, as they do. Like, you look out the window and like, oh no, those are bulls, you know, like hundreds of pounds worth of animal, just like going where they want in your yard. And I mean, you can't stop them. Like, if they decide to there's something wrong with your car, well then, you know. So I was quite worried, but nothing ended up happening. Talked it out with the owner. He came and got them, and they munched on some grass. They munched on a little bit of flowers, but nothing too bad. Nothing I require compensation for.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Usually, most people deal with a cat or a dog doing the exact same thing. But then again, you know, we all live in different parts of the planet, and we wind up dealing with different types of animals. Bob, what kind of animals poop in your yard?
Well, usually I just keep that to myself. I mean, I do that in my own yard, you know, trying to conserve water. Don't want to waste so much toilet water anymore. So I just decide I'll just pinch some loaves out in the front lawn now. Other than that, though, week's been okay. It's been fun. Dealing with some sinuses, so if I sound a little sniffly, I apologize. But the ever-changing weather here in fucking Gotham is like just retarded, so I can't get a break. Other than that, though, it's Sunday. It's fun day. It's bright. It's sunny. My nose is stuffed. I'm ready to have a good time.
Well, you know, if there's an upside to pinching a loaf in the yard, it's that it keeps the Jehovah's Witnesses away.
It certainly does.
Cole, are you still manning the turrets to keep people away?
Yes, I got some new internet set up in my bunker. Now I can do it from different locations, so I can check the radar easier for any visitors. My week's been okay. Yeah.
Good. How's the IP spoofing going? Is that working out so well? You know, it makes it a lot harder to track. You don't know
yeah, fairly well. I still need to work on it a bit, though. You know, it keeps saying that I'm in North Korea, which I don't know is very believable. So I need to, put it somewhere else.
I think if you were in North Korea, you'd be stuck in the intranet as opposed to the internet.
Well, I mean, I could be one of like those three other American soldiers who decided to flee there, and now they just live there and do like North Korean films as villains.
Do you remember that time they actually kidnapped a filmmaker to make a movie?
Oh yes, and that film was great. So hey, it was worth it.
Oh, we got a great thing for you. It's going to drive you nuts. We're doing if we land on the lightning round, we're doing a George Miller uh, quiz,
Oh, nice.
and a lot of the movies that are there are just just for shits and giggles, not George Miller films. So,
Oh,
for the connoisseur like you, you may recognize some obscure films by some eccentric directors um, coming up, and you will know yourself, of course, that they are not George Miller films. But his catalog is so varied and so wide that it seems to me that it's plausible that he could have done something.
yeah. I mean, I know all the films he's done, so yeah, it's pretty weird. Let's just say.
Not to mention television. So it's just kind of a fun thing that we're going to be doing later on. Good morning, Bry. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, because we are live in all over the place. So some people join us in the afternoon, some people join us in the evening time, some people join us with a cup of coffee. But let's get the show started proper, and let me get this intro that's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on today.
Let's talk about Furiosa, Barbarella, lightning round, garlic phone, DVD, movies bound, double or nothing. Preview, what a scene, Deadpool, Wolverine, X-Men, movie news team, King of the Ring recap, WWE, arbitration stories, all for you and me. It's Super Sunday, wrap up a Sunday. That's what we're talking about. It's Super Sunday, wrap up a Sunday. From the Big Easy Street foot with melodies so neat.
I've got one that can see.
Special thanks to Bobby Blue Blay for piping that out in about 2 minutes.
Nice.
That was very nice.
That was
So
go ahead, please.
I was gonna say, one of those images made me think of the still going but not popular at all DC game, the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. They are adding in was it Mrs. Freeze, like Ice Karen.
Oh, Nora Freeze.
Oh, that'll save
Well,
us.
Have you seen what she looks like?
Not in the game. I know she's a cold woman. That's a joke because she was frozen solid. So
Yeah.
no, what does she look like in the game?
Oh, she looks like like a barrel with a like a buzzed haircut.
Oh, good.
They made her look like Tipster.
Was it who was, yeah, where is it? Grabbing a picture here. Yeah, there you go. Save that. Okay. And then send that over
Looks
to
like a typical
Rosales.
California liberal.
More like the typical California leftist. But yeah.
Hmm.
There you go. If you look at that.
Where'd you send it? On the
Discord.
oh, on the Discord. Oh, okay. Let me open that up. Yeah, I had the kids this week. We had a whole lot of school being out, so
Hell
I got
yeah.
caught off guard in prepping for the show, and I didn't. What the hell was it? Okay, there it is. Bingo. Boom. Old man. That's me. So yeah, I kind of shut down and this week and had some quality times with the youngins. It's going to take a moment for Discord to pop up for me. The app that is.
Here.
So.
No, wait, they're on summer break already?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the end of the year, so I mean, that seems a little early. I thought they were all like on
Yeah.
vacation, or I mean, like,
I
sorry,
thought the end
not
of
a
the school year
vacation,
was
just like a
June.
break for the holiday weekend. My kids are on break for holiday weekend, so
Oh, well, you know,
I was
it's
like,
it's different.
that makes sense. But if they're out, then
Hey, good for them.
Yeah, they're
they're
completely
shortening
out.
the year all the time now. Seems like.
Back in my day, man, I didn't get out till mid-June after all the exams were done.
Yeah,
Then I had to go back in fucking early September. It was bullshit. Not
Yeah.
long enough.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, just got to update. All right. Well, I tell you what. While my screen is updating, we'll get back to
Yeah, we'll get back to Fat Freeze.
Fat Freeze. Yeah, Freeze Fatty. Why don't we go ahead and spin the wheel and see the first thing that's going to pop up?
There you go.
What do we got? Oh.
Oh, joy! It's the King of the Ring recap.
Perfect. Get it right done off the bat.
Right off the bat. Let me find that real quick and bring this up here. Where is it? Oh, come on. I didn't upload it yet. My
God
goodness.
damn it, technical difficulties.
I should have done some sort of prep work this week, guys. I did not do any this week.
We'll
not
blame
a
the
whole
kids.
lot of it. Yeah. It's those damn pesky kids. What is this?
So, yeah, is this supposed to be KOTOR?
Yes.
I don't know if there's any news on KOTOR, but
Oh, no.
Thinking-
KOTOR is short for King of the Ring for wrestling fans.
oh, okay.
I don't know this other KOTOR of which you speak. But go
It's
ahead
a
and
Star
please tell me
Wars
about it.
video game,
Yeah.
Knights of the
Knights-
Old Republic.
Well, it's
Oh.
missing the no there.
I see. So they copied that too. They copied WWE.
Yeah. They just added 1-0. Thought they were smart. Slick.
All right, here we go.
The
Pop this open. Processing. Okay, here we go with the King of the Ring recap. And
Hey.
we slide over here and get our sports music going.
Yes. Yeah. Now it's official.
At the King and Queen of the Ring battle on Saturday from the progressive Saudi Arabia, Cody Rhodes reigned supreme over Logan Paul, who rescinded the offer of battling for his belts, making it a double championship match, and wound up losing to Cody Rhodes, who retained his belt. Some of the other exciting events that happened on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. while I was out running errands. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeated Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell
On the
48
pre-show.
on the pre-show. So there we go. Now, this here screenshot was taken at 48 seconds. Was that near the end of the match?
It probably could have been. From what I caught of this, it was stupid. It was a pre-show match, so I mean, you know, nobody really cared. The little storyline of of poor Bianca Belair there getting her knee injured a couple weeks prior to this match. She starts her entrance by skipping down the aisle, so that's a non-factor right off the bat. So awesome, amazing, great storytelling in there. You can absolutely tell why this match was on the pre-show. I'm glad they paid.
What you see, any match or pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia is non-canon. Remember that?
It might as well be.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they did make a change to make it canon because the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring matches do get a title shot later on at SummerSlam. So,
yes, first time since 2002 they've done this, I believe, which was Brock Lesnar who got that, who won the King of the Ring and then ended up taking on The Rock, I believe, or vice versa, something like that. If my memory is correct, but I actually do like that. That's how it should be. King of the Ring does need to be the bridge between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. That should be your next, like, in between big pay-per-view should be King of the Ring. It should be structured that way. It really should. I mean, you should have some, like, that way it just, otherwise it's just a gimmick that a wrestler has to carry around for like 6 months to a year that never does anything for them. And that's why it makes more sense to give them the title shot for winning the King of the Ring than just, here's your crown and your cape. Now you get to be called King whoever for the next year like an asshole. It's stupid.
Well, you still get to be the asshole. Speaking of which, Liv Morgan defeated Becky Lynch to win the Women's Championship.
And me.
And you get I see. Okay, you threw me off there for a second because I'm on my game. Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defeated Chad Gable and Bronson Reed in a triple threat match, which was had the chance of being a little bit hard hitting and a little bit beefy, but there was no way he was going to lose in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, they actually have to send the crowd home happy. Nia Jax defeated Lyra Valkyrie to win the the Queen of the Ring match. Oh, how did that get in there? That's actually King Mabel, but the actual picture's no better. So, so she gets a shot at Liv Morgan later on at SummerSlam.
Wow, what a great match. I'm so excited.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Two most overrated wrestlers. Yippee.
Gunther defeated Randy Orton to get a shot at Cody Rhodes' chest and bicep to hopefully rip it apart. So that is that's the wrap-up of the show that we saw.
Isn't it crazy, though, that you've literally only named like 5-6 matches?
Well, when you're going, these particular 5 to 6 matches, and we'll talk about the 27 in AEW possibly later, and the 21 championships that they have. Oh my goodness. AEW is not doing a lot right, and WWE is doing a whole lot right. I happen to be watching more. I had stopped watching for years, WWE. And now my wife is asking me, why are you asking to cancel the Peacock subscription? So she's actually into it too. Yeah,
they're starting to come around here, and this is years ago when Vince was still doing things. This PLE or pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. This would have been
premium live event.
Yes, this would have been a typical 10, 11 match PLE. Sometimes you don't need all that. Sometimes you can absolutely get away if quality over quantity is always good in wrestling. Always. You don't need a 14 match card to send people home happy, so to speak, or to entertain people. You could do that with 5 or 6 really, really good matches. Unfortunately, not all of them were really, really good, but for the most part, this was a decent pay-per-view. It wasn't 6 hours, and it didn't have too many matches that you didn't care about. So that was very smart. Very smart.
Just 2 matches you didn't care about.
Yes, exactly. So that's not a bad ratio.
But on the plus side, they got more time. So
Yes, which is always good too. Which is always good too. And I did read that they were even doing prior to this pay-per-view some King and Queen of the Ring matches that weren't televised that couldn't make Raw or SmackDown, so they're actually doing them on house shows, which I like that idea too because that gives people more time. You know what I mean? You can get away with doing things that you normally couldn't do on TV too. So that's always awesome. So good for WWE right now, making some very smart decisions.
yes, good on them. They made a good decision somewhere. What happened here? Who's
You know what it shows? It shows long-term thinking and booking. That's what it shows. People are
Oh
thinking
my
in the
problem.
long term.
goodness, what a cow!
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, you just saw Feral Freeze there?
Oh my goodness, they did her dirty. They did her
Oh, no.
dirty. That is it.
Yeah.
She was the most dainty thing when she was created. Okay, 'cause she was not a realsy kind of person. She was not a character that I thought I downloaded that one.
Did you get the better one I sent you just now?
Yeah. Oh, I see. It's a web. That's why it's not coming up.
Yeah.
Hang on a
Let
second.
me see here. The new one was.
Let me. It doesn't.
Yeah. Here, I'll fix it for you. Sorry.
Microsoft 4 does not like this stuff. I got one of them old computers.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, file must be one of the following. Oh, even SteamYard doesn't like it. Says you're too fancy for me. Stop it. Don't come at me with that advanced stuff. I need a PNG, a JPEG, a GIF. That's right. I'm dying on that GIF hill. So,
Old school.
There you go. That is the. There you go. That new one is a PNG. So
sweet.
It better work.
Let's find out. Looks like it's going to work. Looks like it's going to work. It did. Bum, bum, bum. They just switched out. They just gave the Arnold Schwarzenegger body the boobs, right? That's what they did.
What the fuck is that?
Mrs. Freeze or something. It's
God. Just looks like shit.
yeah.
Maybe they should name it the 2016 Mrs. Freeze.
Yeah, really.
That's a reference to the 2016 Ghostbusters all-female.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
my
boy.
gosh.
Hopefully, she
Oh
doesn't
my
make
gosh.
a queefing joke too.
Oh no. It's worse.
It's worse.
It is
How is it? How could it be worse?
Freeze and is married to Nora Freeze.
Oh, she is Mr. Freeze redone, and she's
Or-
married to Nora Freeze.
Yeah.
So Mr. Freeze transitioned.
Apparently.
He changed his pronouns. That's what it was. He changed the pronouns. And you know what? This is actually really not a bad thing if you can actually just switch this back to Mr. Freeze on your own game, then it's not a bad thing, because I am a proponent of being able to play as you want. Okay, so if they wanted to spend a few more minutes and add a slider so you can bring the hips in, or adjust your maleness or femaleness. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where everybody can be whatever they want. And,
Sure.
because the complaint is stop forcing me as a female, gender spectrum person to be a man in the game. Stop forcing me to be something that I am not.
Exactly. You should have a choice whether or not you want your Mr. Freeze to have his icicle intact or his igloo hole open for people to come in and stay warm.
There you go.
Cole, are we
There you
talking about
go.
a stalactite or a stalagmite? I can't tell.
Yeah.
So
So speaking of body positivity. Have you seen the latest South Park?
I have not. I have not seen the
So-
latest.
No,
South.
not yet. The end of obesity,
they-
correct?
They made fun of Lizzo, and then Lizzo has her own reaction to the scene.
Oh no. Poor
Here, I'll
Lizzo.
post the link. Oh wait,
Poor fucking
there.
Lizzo.
So
I thought she already retired from music from getting body
no. She was just like she reformatted what she was saying.
Oh.
She said, "I'm retiring from responding to haters."
Oh, that sucks. I was happy for a second.
And then later she does this, but
All right, give me a second here. I gotta share that screen now. Here we go. And we'll do this. Take a listen. Now, if you're watching this in the replay, what you're about to not see
Yeah.
has to be removed. So if you don't
I'm
see
so-
it and we come right back to it, that's why you didn't see this particular clip starting now.
Telling you, Sheila, new drugs are pretty amazing. I'm feeling so ashamed of myself. Watching Randy go out and exercise all the time and not eating as much. But I just don't have the same kind of willpower he has.
Which of the drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Manjaro?
Oh no, I talked to my doctor. He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes.
But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight?
Don't you know, Sheila? Now there's a whole new obesity drug for those of us who can't afford Ozempic and Manjaro. I've controlled all my cravings to be thinner with Lizzo.
FDA-approved Lizzo makes you feel good about your weight, and it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
In case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer care how much they weigh.
I don't give two shits.
Lizzo helps you eat
$15.
everything you want and keep physical activity to a minimum. Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you experience suicidal thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, hypothermia,
the
and
fucking
literally
album!
shooting out your ears. Are you living with concerns of obesity?
Ask about the power of not giving a fuck with Lizzo.
That's crazy.
Crazy accurate.
That is amazing.
Oh my goodness, I had not seen that.
Well, I
what-
know what I'm doing after this now. I'll be watching that episode. That was
That's glorious. Glorious.
mm-hmm.
You know, when you people in the public do tend to invite criticisms, and
Indeed.
you know, body positivity is not the acceptance of obesity. Really, I don't think it should be.
No,
Because-
the healthy, what it was supposed to be is that, like, you know, you accept yourself the way you are for now and then get better. It's so that you don't get trapped by depression and end up not working on yourself. It's so that you can, you know, be the best version of you and not worry about people who don't have to live your life, you know, making fun of you and whatnot. So, but the whole point was to be the best version of yourself. And what it's become is just having no standards.
But not to play the devil's advocate, but I often do that, and it'll sound contradictory to things that I've said before, because it is. I don't think she would be where she's at if she wasn't the size that she is. If she was just a regular thin flute player, I don't think
Agreed.
she would be as popular as she is.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
But I don't see that as a reason to encourage her to be that way. Oprah's financial stake was being threatened by health, good health. She wasn't as popular as she started to lose the weight. So
Exactly.
that winds up being a thing. I am fixing to destroy this little cat that has invaded my space. Um, last week, hey Nico, good to
Nico,
see
my
you out
favorite
there,
cousin.
Nico. I'll tell you what, I'll get back to that story in a second. Let me go ahead and spin the wheel so we can get to something interesting for
Spin the
Nico.
wheel.
Nico, this is for you. Let's take a look.
Nico. Deadpool, Wolverine.
God damn
Deadpool and Wolverine go to White Castle. Love
I
that.
do.
Love that. All right, let's hide that choice. Let's see what I prepared for us today.
Yeah, all sorts of marketing going for this movie.
it. Hmm.
I keep seeing
Dang it,
Wolverine telling you to
That's
shut your fucking phone off.
all right. That's one I didn't do. Hang on a second. Um, some on the beach. Okay, so we had a cat that moved into our garage, and she wound up having babies in the garage, right?
Oh,
And the first litter she had died, and then the
no.
second litter she had died. The third litter she had, one of them lived. We called that one Baby. We still didn't adopt this cat, but we decided we were going to go ahead and fix her, right? Because she kept having these babies.
Yes.
Okay, so she wound up getting pregnant before we could take her in because they were full up with the strays and whatnot.
God, what a hoe.
Yeah, she's very much a hoe. Oh, I didn't even make slides for this. What an a-hole. All right, yeah. Pre-sales for Deadpool and Wolverine are above what was expected. There, that's the news. Considering the box office for this week and this whole year and the pre-sales being as high as they are, whatever the heck they are, it's likely that it will be the one and only blockbuster this year, and probably not break even at all because of how much they spent to make it. But still, it's still the highest grossing pre-sale so far this year. I think that was the news.
Good for them. I mean, I guess a movie needs to do well, a big one anyways, a tentpole movie. I don't know. It's I don't know. People I just don't think people want to I don't know. It's thinking about it is so like it's hard it's not the same as it was obviously pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Where, you know, I don't know. It wasn't as expensive to go to the movies anymore. I mean, God, fucking Regal ticket here now is like $20-something for an evening show for an adult. You know what I mean? And that's stupid. On top of if you want a concession or a drink or if you're not sneaking shit in. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And not only that, but for the one ticket admission that you'd pay to go to the movie theater to spend the gas, the time, and all the money, you could spend the same dollar amount and own the movie a month later and watch it at home. I mean, they're almost like pricing out the movie going experience. You're always going to have people who are going to buy pre-sale tickets and always go to a theater. There are certain movies that I still want to go to a theater for, but I don't know, it's been tough for movie theaters and movie going experience. And this summer ain't looking any different for these big guys. It might be another summer of lost dollars.
Cole, do we need tentpole movies, or should people get the opportunity to experience smaller, more artistic films that don't usually get a chance to take the spot there?
I think you already know my answer.
Yeah, but the audience doesn't, which is why I asked. Asshole.
Yeah, it's just really funny seeing like people online constantly complain and saying like, why aren't people supporting the films like The Fall Guy and everything, and just like okay, like 95% of the other films in theaters you don't support, and then you watch later on digital and you're like, oh, that was great, and it's like, yeah, you didn't support them in theaters, and there were actual independent films that could have used it, but yet you're complaining to others that people aren't supporting these big budget blockbuster films. It's fucking retarded to me, but yeah,
Well,
either way, theaters are kind of shit now, and yeah, there's a reason why they're dying.
I mean, though, at the same time, too, though, how I'd like to see other movies get a chance like that, but at the same time, though, I think the audiences are you're so conditioned now that your movie theater experience is supposed to be like this epic blockbuster event that I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if you get general audiences to, move the flock, so to say, over to this, a thought-provoking movie or, a more artsy-fartsy type deal.
Well, I mean, the problem is that those films are kind of like epic, big-scale films as well in their own way. They're just as entertaining and everything, and have just as ginormous, well-built scenes and everything. The only difference is that there aren't just a bunch of gunshots or pretty explosions in their face every 5 seconds.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, do you think that the audience, your general audience, has just been conditioned by this? Because this is how, summer is usually a blockbuster. It's a time for blockbusters, especially this time, especially.
Course, yeah.
So, I'm trying to imagine a summer where instead of seeing, your Marvel movie or your DC or, your Mission Impossible or whatever, you're going to see like a, I don't know, as an example, like a Chocolat, or, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Just not that was a small independent movie, but, I'm just saying.
Well, is it just me? Well, okay, so I heard this and it resonated with me, is this idea that everything is trying to be a blockbuster nowadays. And we didn't always have that, right? We used to have like the low budget and the mid budget movies. But it seems like now everything is trying to be a blockbuster.
I would agree with that. I mean, everything seems like it has like $100+ million budget nowadays, doesn't it? Like it doesn't.
I mean,
in a lot of movies, I don't feel like need that. I mean, I guess the way the $50 million movie is gone, but
you say that, but was it in the 90s? What is it? I think it was the 90s. It was like 20 something dollars is now valued at like over 100. So like,
but
$100 million movie, back in the day was like a 20 something million dollar movie.
Yeah, but that was the 1900s.
True. I just mean that like inflation is a thing. But even still, I mean, not that long ago we got Godzilla for like, what was it, less than $20 million is what
they said. Slave wages if you ask a union person.
Yes, but obviously it can be done.
Part of the problem is about where they're making movies and what the expectations of money making is. California is such a broken and relatively failed state that everybody else it seems like everyone else has to prop them up.
Well, not to harp on California, but it's there are certain capitalists and capitalist companies that take advantage of things where other people are not able to. For example, you have restrictions on doing work or having work done overseas. You have tariffs and things like that, but somehow Nike and Apple can get around those things and produce essentially disposable materials that have a small shelf life. You buy these exorbitantly expensive foot coverings, and then you don't wear them, and then they're devalued over time. Whereas somebody who lives in that particular country, like say people who live in Japan, the company Toho, can produce at the prices that Americans want to have produced a quite stunning film. And they had no intention of an extended wide release because they didn't know anybody was going to watch it. Uh, and fortunately, they did extend it. But Nico's right. I can watch Netflix or something and make 2 meals at home for the price I pay for the tickets plus popcorn. When I take the family, I have to go through a credit check. So because everybody wants something. It's like over
yeah.
here, cinemas and pubs closing because people just drink and watch at home for a lot less.
Yeah,
And
that's the thing. I mean, that's hard competition, and it's funny that we're talking about this, and randomly, a buddy of mine just texted me a little Twitter link here to an article, literally asking and talking about the same things. You're talking about Furiosa going up in smoke with only a 31 to 33 million dollar opening, which they're saying is possibly the lowest Memorial Day opening in 41 years. Might get clawed out by Garfield. How worried should Hollywood be about theatrical releases? Like, I, times are a changing, it seems, here for movie theaters and movie going experiences.
do I got to pull that topic off of the wheel? Get out of my head, which?
Sorry, could be a segue.
It could be a segue. Let's see if it is.
Let's see.
Oh, here. Oh, yeah.
Don't blame me. Blame my friend for sending me that fucking just texting me in the middle of this. Asshole.
Barbarella.
Close to a
Barbarella's
segue.
Yeah, close enough. Barbarella's made some news. Originally,
Barbarella.
a comic book out of France turned into a film starring a young Jane Fonda and the sexploitations of a astronaut slash alien crime fighting woman who deals with sex bots and things like that. Barbarella was a slow burn of a hit and introduced us to the main villain, Duran Duran, who was the inspiration for the 1900s band Duran Duran, which you've never heard of the group Duran Duran?
I have heard of the group Duran Duran. I didn't know that's what their name is based off of.
Yes, it is. It's named after the villain from Barbarella. So
That's
the more you know.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
And they are the ones who brought us that wonderful oldie but goodie Girls on Film.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a Duran Duran song since the 1900s, so it's been a while.
Other than the fact that it's happening, is there any movement? Is there any news on the movie being like in production or anything? I mean, it's nice to get some kind of acknowledgement from her official Twitter on it, but do we know anything beyond this?
Well, let's see what we do know. Variety had a little bit of a puff piece for it back on May 13th. This tweet actually was in October and took a little while to get steam, as they've been shoving Sydney Sweeney down our throats. But there's Edgar Wright and his double chin and Sydney Sweeney, who will be donning the and a lot less of the costume for Barbarella. Let's go back and take a look at that right there. That's one of Jane Fonda's. Those were glass boobs, by the way, not quite as opaque in the film. But unlike Zendaya, she filled them out. So Sydney Sweeney led Barbarella is taking shape with Edgar Wright's in talks. He did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Baby Driver. So he's got a little bit of a style that he's going to bring to this particular product. She did Anyone But You, which is a remake of Much Ado About Nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
And Not the best movie in the world, and Madam
It's
Web,
pretty bad.
not the best
Man,
movie
what
in
was
the world.
really bad. I watched it recently with my kids,
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
my youngest paused the most to rant about how bad the film was and how it was made incorrectly.
I might call CPS on you for doing that to your kids. To be honest, you're a terrible parent. You
Well, he
shouldn't have
didn't
done
make them
that.
drink, so it wasn't a drinking game every time Wicker Spider-Man showed up on the screen. Did you happen to catch that
No,
in the very
yeah, yeah.
beginning? In the Amazon, there was a Wicker Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that made no sense. I mean, okay, so all of like everyone that like cares about this baby has died, and then she still ends up in America. Why are the spider people not raising that child? Like, how did that child get to America into the foster care system?
Creative editing.
Who did they give the baby to? Why are they not like? And they seem to be invested in this child. They're like, oh, they'll come back when they're ready for answers. But like, why are you not raising that child?
They put
That it,
they put the baby in a wicker boat and pushed it down the Amazon River.
Yes.
apparently,
And
it's so bizarre.
she got a lot of flack for this particular quote. To me, the film was a building block. It's what allowed me to build a relationship with Sony. Without doing Madam Web, I couldn't have a relationship with the decision makers over there. Everything in my career I do not just for the story, but strategic business decisions. Because I did that, I was able to sell anyone but you. I was able to get Barbarella. So she made a decision to meet the people that would make her more money, and that's what she said when promoting Madam Web, where everybody else was saying, if you don't like it, you're a male chauvinist pig. Um, it's a good
I
movie.
mean, I'll give her credit
Watch
for
it, you
being
sexist.
real for that. That's I can't blame her for business decision in a business. Yeah.
It's it's good to know
Yeah.
that there are three things that are real about her.
Yes. I mean, it seems like that's not a bad trade. I mean, you do a shit movie, we'll pick up your fucking movie and offer you the starring role in another. That's
Yeah,
uh
I mean that's the way they used to do it. But it's just usually
yeah, that happens.
we knew that these movies were shit before they came out, and people didn't pretend like they were good.
Yeah. And
Madam Web was actually like argued to have been a good movie at first, and it wasn't until after people saw it and then either refused to talk about it because I don't talk about bad movies, or the everyone else saw it and said, no, this actually is quite bad.
Yeah, it just
It
I
used to be
only-
that these things would be like, direct to DVD, or they would be, like really low budget movies, that were passion projects or money laundering, what have you.
I only
that should have
say
been a
nice
Disney
things
Plus.
about the movies that I enjoy. However, if you disagree with me, I will call you an internet troll. Now, Nico has a good point here. He
Million
says,
of
I
those.
wonder how much of it they'll censor. Shame for us and Sweeney. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the source material here in just a second.
Mhm.
Although several attempts to bring Barbarella back to the big screen have been dreamed up in recent years, none have come to fruition. And I worry what it's going to be, somebody, Jane Fonda, said. Because it was the movie Jane Fonda did was not as comic accurate as it was. And I found a website dedicated to the comic books from back in 1962.
Interesting.
And Eric Losfeld's publishing company and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's a Jean Claude Forest creation. If you want to look that up, there's definitely some artwork out there for you. And, they, back in 1999, they tried to produce a new Barbarella film. And it just didn't come to happen. Um, wow, Drew Barrymore was going to be in that. That is interesting. But
No wonder it didn't happen.
the books themselves are very, very risque and what you would term nowadays as comics gatesy. You know,
Sure.
they
Okay.
there's a little bit more intimacy in there than the Western audience is used to having.
Sure.
As Nico puts it, they're supposed to be pretty spicy. And I have edited the bits out that Sydney Sweeney would be portraying in the film.
I mean, could this be like another? Could this be like Is this like the barbed wire of the 2000s now?
You know what? Barbed Wire was tame compared to what was going on in the Barbarella.
Sure. Sure, but I mean that movie did get made as well, shittily, but it did get made.
Yeah.
With a big-breasted blonde.
And Cole, what are your feelings about a remake of a timeless classic?
Yeah, I don't. I was gonna say I don't know if it'll work, but I have some faith with who the director is, so we'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll say. Don't really think the actress is a great fit for it, though. But I guess you don't really need to be the best actor in the role. So.
Was she not on that list of top A-list celebrities right now, Cole, that I sent you yesterday?
Fucking end me.
Yeah, she was,
yes,
wasn't she?
Yes, the same list with Jenna Ortega and Zendaya.
Oh my
yeah, I'm definitely gonna believe that list.
Listen, it's the Hollywood Reporter. You have to believe them. They're the Hollywood reporters. They report.
Well, she definitely makes the top heavy list.
Yes.
And the fact that she wouldn't be a good fit is probably why they cast her.
I mean,
it might be her breakout role.
Yeah, it could be.
Breakthrough role. Now, Fox, you said you saw a trailer for Barbarella that was most likely fan made.
Oh yeah. I guess we could pull it up. Here.
I'm not a big fan of fan films.
Okay, cool.
So, these people make these trailers to get the get the views and things like that.
Buzz
they pass them off as the real
yeah.
thing, and it's like actual trailer, this and that, real thing.
Yep.
This isn't
And
fake.
people believe. There's some people out there that believe them.
Not a joke.
Yeah.
Really happened.
Yeah.
Can't
My
wait.
uncle was
No,
eaten by cannibals.
So excited. When's it come out?
right. Yeah, I know. There's no like storytelling being done in the trailer. It just seems like a collection of like
AI
no,
or just random
I wouldn't be
clips?
surprised if it was like if it was AI video, just like and trying to like imitate a trailer. But but I can't if we do end up getting the movie, I'll be excited at least until they demonstrate that they're gonna, mess it up. There's a lot that can be done there, on multiple fronts, both aesthetically and with the source material, from what I understand at least. And so it could be, if treated well, we could actually walk away with not just something that's cool to look at, but that is an actually enjoyable time to go see.
Yeah, I've never read the comic books, so I don't know about the quality in storytelling, or we only got a small glimpses of the artwork there. But I did see the original film, and it's not going to take a whole lot to improve on that. Quality-wise, story-wise. The opening sequence of her was supposed to be floating in space, getting dressed, and they just had her rolling on glass to make that happen. So, on the plus side, you have Edgar Wright, who's very, very talented, very creative, very witty, very fast-paced, action-oriented. But on the other side of that, you have it being a Sony production. So,
Yes.
you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. If it actually gets into production, that'll be exciting news. And then what he's able to pull out of her deadpan delivery will be another thing. But then again, Jane Fonda was kind of a little flat, to begin with. Bry says some comics are written quite well. Agents of Asgard is good. Well, there we go. I would have only bought them for the pictures, not the articles. Yeah, that's just me. So, where'd it go? Let's have a spin and see what we come up with.
Wheel, oh wheel, what do you say? Nope. Doubles or nothing.
That means we got to come back to this over here. Where is it? There it is. Now, let me pull that up here. Tonight on pay-per-view, not a premium live event, but an actual pay-per-view that you've got to spend $50 on, $55, depending on where you're at. You get to see AEW's Double or Nothing, which will be featuring a championship bout, another championship bout, some champions in a Anarchy in the Arena bout, and a barbed wire steel cage match. Plus these other dozen matches.
Jesus Christ.
With other champions. Let's go down the list real quick of the card. Of course, you've got Swerve Strickland fighting a 60-year-old man in Christian Cage, 55 probably. But it is for the AEW World Championship. And Christian Cage to earn this championship opportunity, not through his specific, what do you call those things, record, but because he challenged him, so he took it. Joining him are the Elite with Kazuchika Okada, Jack Perry, Matthew Jackson, and Nicholas Jackson, which is the Elite team, versus Team AEW. I was dead set against them having a Team AEW. It's like having their own wolf pack versus some other kind of pack in the.
Sure.
They're making
red
mistakes.
and black versus black and white.
They're making mistakes. They are making mistakes. Team AEW, Bryan Danielson, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and Darby Allin, who is still injured, by the way, in an Anarchy in the Arena match, which means anything goes anywhere in the arena. And Darby Allin is most likely going to fall through something.
Yes.
AEW TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné.
Oh, Jesus.
Brand new to the company, no matches under her belt, 0 for her record. Mercedes Moné gets a championship match versus Willow Nightingale, who, storyline, kayfabe, broke her ankle in New Japan to win the Women's Strong title. So we're going to see a title change here, guys. Yeah. First match in, she's going to win the title and bring absolutely nothing to it. All she's done so far is dance. The Unified AEW World Trios Championship, which is the Trios Championship for AEW and that other internet company they now own. What's the one I'm thinking of, Cole?
ROH?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you, Cole. Their Trios Championship. Bullet Club Gold, which is really the Bang Bang Gang. They're not Bullet Club Gold. Jay White from New Japan. And the Gun Club, which is Billy Gunn's sons. So it's the Nepo team versus Death Triangle. Pac. The Bastard Pac. El Zero Miedo. And Rey Fenix. It should be an exciting show, and there's a 75% chance that somebody's going to bust a limb, because those guys wind up busting limbs all over the place. Get out of here, cat. I haven't told your story yet. What else is next here? The FTW Championship, which is not officially recognized, is going to feature Chris Jericho and his new Learning Tree persona, which is just about as exciting as it sounds, versus Hook, who is Taz's Nepo son, and Katsuyori Shibata, who apparently is slumming it for some reason. You know what? I don't care. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. Don't care. John Moxley versus Kanoshite Takeshita for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Traditionally, the IWGP does not trade hands on foreign soil, so look for John Moxley to retain in that one. The AEW TNT Championship. Yes, there's still titles coming. Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black. And in this particular match, Adam Copeland is now embracing his dark side, which will be the vampire persona he had before, which leads me to believe that when his career ends in about a year, it will be with Christian Cage as a tag team, but they will be heels when they do that. So he's going to be joining the dark side and joining the patriarchy, if you will, later on this year. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see if Malachi Black will actually take a pin for Adam Copeland and take the title from him, or if Adam Copeland will be the first person to actually pin Malachi Black in AEW. AEW Women's World Championship. Jeez. Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb. Yeah, Tony Storm is entertaining, and Serena Deeb, they were not able to bring her up, even though they want her to be the babyface. Her actions on Wednesday drew boos from the crowd, so it'll be interesting to see if she can continue to stay the babyface, or if they're going to force her to be the heel in this match against a current heel, Tony Storm. She's entertaining. She's whacked out of her. She's entertaining. AEW International Championship. Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay most likely is going to win the international title to elevate that, as opposed to Roderick Strong beating Will Ospreay and elevating Roderick Strong, who has been mid-card fodder for going on 3 years now. So. But that's your predictions for the 60-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah, like is it 2 days? Is this their WrestleMania?
No, this is not a 2-day event.
I can't wait to not watch this. Fantastic.
Fortunately for you guys, I will be live tweeting the matches as they play on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter if you're interested in these matches. You'll be more than I am, as I document what goes down in AEW as they try to find their footing in this landscape we all know as wrestling.
Maybe start by not having 19 championships.
I understand at the very beginning why they wanted to put everybody on every night. They had television. They were a startup company. They had all of these young guys who needed to be elevated to a superstar status. And with all those people on the roster, he needed to make sure that they got paid good. So you had triple threat matches, you had trios matches, you had a lot of these tag team matches. And now what it's graduated to is you've got so many people that you want to get paid, you want to pay them. You're still a mark in Tony Khan, as many of his detractors often say, that he wants to make sure everybody gets some time on TV. But even still, he's only cherry picking a few, because he's got more than 100 people on the roster.
That's ridiculous. That's a video game roster. That's not a real roster. What are you doing?
And it's not a problem that he has alone, because they have the same problem in WWE. Too many people on the roster.
Yeah,
so many of which are in
they've gotten a little better with the brand splitting. Brand splitting. Thank you. Recently, to where like people aren't they're sticking to their brand now since post draft. Not seeing too many people doing the I got drafted to Raw, but I'm going to show up on SmackDown every week though, anyways. You know what I mean? Like how that used to be. Like
Yeah.
the draft meant nothing. So, I mean, that's why I think it like in that sense it works. But with AEW, like they don't I guess necessarily have. I mean, they have their different shows, but not necessarily like that different brand where people are coming and going and every fucking show of theirs all the time in all these goddamn championships. It's way too much now. It's way way too much. The titles mean nothing when everybody can be a champion.
They have 21 titles, or 23 titles actually, between the two promotions.
Yes.
And that's a whole lot of gold to be hauling around. And, they weigh your backpack when you go through an airport. I mean, you're just increasing people's fees for overhead baggage. And I think MJF was on a program at one point, and he said that the one that he travels around with is not the real title. So they've got a replica title that's about 5 pounds less,
Yes.
But they're allowed to do that, You can go around with them and make appearances and whatnot. But again, it means a lot less if your champions don't get TV time. Except in the case of Roman Reigns. No, that meant a lot less too. It's just you can't. You've got to focus on the final product now. You've made everybody else happy. It's time to make them mad, essentially, and it's time to focus on the product and elevate the people can do it. Like Takeshita can go. Let's hold Will Ospreay as the high watermark. Okay,
sure.
Not only can he perform at a higher level, he brings people out. Okay. If they can actually do something, then they will do something with somebody that they can actually do something with. Okay. But when you see him wrestle somebody like a Roderick Strong, what you wind up seeing is that Will Ospreay is going to slow down. Will Ospreay is going to limit himself to what his opponent can do.
Yes.
In thinking that it elevates them, when either they will not step up to the plate and up their game, or they can't. In which case, fighting a slow match against somebody else is only exposing their inability to be a top-tier player. They're not using that as an opportunity to judge them and say, okay, yeah, let's take a break on your push and set you aside. Vince McMahon was quick to do that. Somebody has a bad match, and all of a sudden, every storyline is gone. Get out of here, cat. He's trying to walk on my keyboard.
We don't need none of that, kitty.
Cole, you haven't complained in about an hour.
Yeah, it's just shit. Moving on.
What kind of shit?
Horse shit.
Yeah, okay. So it's a bunch of little nuggets.
Pretty much, yeah.
Not like a big cow patty.
I think the cat just summed it all up for us.
Okay. Get in that cubby hole.
AEW has gone for it. That is just too much. I mean, I'm happy you're going to be live tweeting it for Christ's sake. Thank God.
Well, that is... anything can happen, and but I'm starting to feel like I did at the end of WCW, where you're watching it hoping that it's going to get better, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, it just gets gradually worse.
I thought for a moment that they were going to be writing Tony Khan off television, so that maybe he could take a step back, work on the negotiations for the television rights that's coming up this year, and let Bryan Danielson take over booking and things like that. I thought they were making a full-on change, but they didn't. He showed back up, dropping off Darby Allin, who came out with a flamethrower. Some some wacky crap happened this last Wednesday as the go home show. Malachi Black was drenched in blood, Kerry style, but we're not talking about Kerry style blood where it's just like a quick bucket of blood. No, we're talking full on Army of Darkness, like 200 gallons of this stuff just poured straight down on top of him, which made all the other resulting following matches a little more lame, if you will.
Sure.
They were slip sliding around.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
You know, it's they're the attempts to be entertaining and shocking are not working.
No.
And yes, I was a fan when it first started, and I was behind them 100% to be a good product and to be a competition, because I think there should be places for people to go. Not everybody's going to stay at a job. We don't stay at jobs.
No.
You know, but if your cousin moves to from Taco Bell to Burger King, you're not going to call him a dirty rat bastard for finding work somewhere else.
No.
You know, it's still fast food. That's what he knows, right? So,
Exactly.
you know, if a wrestler says that they're most likely they intend to go somewhere else when their contract is up, you know, I don't understand the clannishness. Good for you. You know, I'd like to see you fight somebody else. You know, if you're going to leave here,
absolutely.
you know, let's see you have a banger match with Ricochet when you go down to WWE, or let's say you have a match with Will Ospreay if you come down to the second tier, the second level of hell in Dante's Inferno.
Yes. Unfortunately, you just get them people, though. The downside of having the competition is you get people like Mercedes Monet there who get bought up for all this money, take up a roster spot, take up payroll, and like you've done nothing but dance. I wouldn't even be surprised if her win tonight comes in a quick squash. Like she just literally first 5 seconds busts out her finisher and just gets a 1-2-3 for the win, and then just dances her ass into the back for $1 million. I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad decision making. And you're right. I think maybe Tony does need to get the fuck off of TV for a while and concentrate on other things, because.
Well, it's a women's match, so they're going to get a good 2.5 minutes. But I think they're probably going to mirror the finish. Tony Khan is he's a bit of a mark in that aspect. He likes to do callbacks, so we will see probably a callback to the moment where she actually got injured, and instead turn it around and throw Willow off the top, and then she's going to take a break for a while.
Sure.
So she will, in storyline, probably break Willow's ankle in return and take her title from her, because that's the Mark way to do things. Come here,
Yes,
Cat.
it is.
Come here. Let me keep her right here. Can you say something? Can you say something? No? Can you say something?
Oh, I hear some scratching, sniffing, and purring.
Yeah, that's just my stomach. I'm hungry.
Oh.
No, that's the cat. Yes. Well, let me tell you that story. So, Miss 1776 is in the house, guys. 1776.
Oh.
Good morning, everyone.
We just stopped talking about wrestling. Oh my goodness. You
Perfect
just
timing.
missed the best topic.
I just missed wrestling. Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
We're talking about your favorite topic, and he apologized for it.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Sorry,
we go.
guys.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that,
I
cat?
did hear that. I heard the kitty.
Oh, that came in loud and clear.
Was that you, Cat True?
Yeah.
Actually, it might have been that darn kitty.
Oh.
That darn kitty.
Can you pull that out for us, or are you just going to wait it out? Because I don't want to blow any surprises.
I'm gonna wait on that one. Well, you know what? I mean, I made it for her, so
Okay, yeah. Well, let's wait. Let's wait then.
Yeah, let's wait.
Let's wait. Let's wait. Stop it, Cat. I need that stylus.
If he ever shows up.
Anyway, there was a cat living in the garage. She had a couple of litters. The third one stuck, and we got baby kitty out of that. And then
Aw.
they
Aw.
lived in the garage for a while, and then my wife decided to start letting them in the house, but they wouldn't let us. Baby kitty adopted us as a family. Mama kitty took a long time to warm up and let us because she'd been a stray for a long time, and eventually she started letting us pet her. By that time, she was pregnant again with her fourth litter, and this time she had 3 kittens, one of which died. 2 survived, but they were not learning how to use the litter box, so my wife kicked them outside.
Yeah, get out.
And the dogs next door decided they wanted to come across and start killing cats,
Oh no!
and they did that. They killed first her brother,
No!
the baby kitty,
What is the
orange
story?
kitty,
No!
and then just last week they killed the mama kitty,
No! What
the
is
orange
going
cat,
on here?
and so she let Pumpkin back inside the house. And by that time, baby kitty, which was from the previous litter, she had 2 black cats in the closet.
What the
So
fuck? How are these cats getting pregnant?
I had,
What
Well,
is going on here?
these are stray
when
cats, and they do a stray cat strut.
yeah,
Goddamn hose.
Story. Wow. Incredible.
That
Yeah,
was
it's an
insane.
A24 animation.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. It feels like
working
an
up.
A24 film.
Mhm.
It does.
The only thing left is for them to commit suicide in the kitchen. Um,
Yeah.
so that would be the big finale for these 2 cats that we now have. They are sisters, and because the one is nursing, she likes to hiss and slap the other one around um, because she's trying to protect her own. And this one is so gun shy, she doesn't like going outside. But yeah, we're going to have to get her fixed
Oh, God.
before she goes out hoeing, as is her family's tradition. These are
Yeah.
white trash cats.
God
That's what
damn.
they
Yeah,
are.
they are. Trailer park cats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you for the title. Trailer Park
You're welcome.
Cats, an A24 animated original. The ending will be the trailer trash lady who looks like Mrs. Freeze crying, holding all of the dead cat bodies in the parking lot after shooting the dog. That's going to be very, very tragic. A little bit of
Oscar bait right there.
Oscar bait right there. A little bit of what Old Geller happening, with the dead dog being shot. And we need to have a second dog that doesn't want to, but is part of the pack, and one bully dog that forces him to join along.
Okay,
And the
it
bully
sounds
dog gets away, and the good dog gets killed, and then it all ends very, very tragically.
incredible.
Oh,
We got
I'm glad I got
ourselves
your approval there.
a winner.
It's like a Game of Thrones, ethnic cleansing, illegitimate children, lots of murder. It is. It's quite
Yeah.
the story.
Mm.
I could make a children's novel out of it, a children's book.
Yeah.
A little bit of Watership Down for you.
Yeah. Big dogs.
Yeah.
White Dog. If you've ever seen that film, that was pretty interesting.
Never saw it.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's basically about this white dog that just kills black people.
What the heck, Cole?
Oh,
Yikes.
What movies are you watching? That's why you don't get to pick the movies, Cole.
Have you never experienced a racist dog before? 76.
Oh, I have.
The kind of dogs that like, a white person. Let me love on you. Let me say hi to you. Let me come over here and try to lick you. What's in between your legs? But as soon as they see, your black friend from work come over to drop off some papers,
That actually happened to with Joker's dog because it never saw a black person before, so his black friend came over, then it jumped and was scared and then was barking at him.
Was it a rescue dog? Maybe he had seen one. I only have rescue dogs, and then I give them forever homes, and they wind up as bitter as they are and jaded as they are, they wind up being happy things. But if this cat continues to shit in my shoe, I swear.
Just put some litter in your shoe. There you go. There's its new litter box.
He's going to take his chance in the yard, you know. And we called the city on them, and we had the police involved when the other neighbors their dogs were getting into our yard. Because I told them, I said, I see him, I'm gonna shoot him with an arrow, like a bow and arrow. And you know what? That's a mistake. You shouldn't make. You shouldn't threaten your neighbor's animals, and you should definitely not threaten any kind of animal. Animal cruelty is not the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. So I was completely 100% in the wrong bullshit when I did that, and I regret everything that I said and did at the time. And I will no way whatsoever. That wasn't my arrow.
Great YouTuber apology.
Yeah, I've been practicing. I've been studying up.
Yeah.
You know,
You just need to play ukulele with it.
Oh my gosh, Paul.
let me. I think I got some apology music here. Let me pull it up real quick. You move the goalpost and pin it on somebody else. Let's spin the wheel.
Oh,
wow.
you
It made a
fucker.
decision. It made a decision and decided it was promo time and not the lightning round.
Wow.
So there's a very, very, very special promo time. Please give me 30 seconds of your life. Stunning Adventures is coming to you this summer in two formats, digital and physical copies. The digital copies you will be able to get through Global Comics. I have several comics on Global Comics now readily available. And also through print on demand. So you'll be able to order directly from the website some physical copies. These will be 20 to 32 page comic books featuring 2 to 5 stories each, expanding on the world of Rosales Comics and introducing a brand new host of superhero characters and individual stories that will eventually come together in one. This is a 6-part series that will culminate in a gathering of a group of heroes to be named in a title later on, with a superhero team resulting in the end. And those are some of the few characters that will be involved. We will be launching the first 3 monthly sometime here in the middle of 2024. And the rest will come out as we complete them. So that is the special promo time for today.
Excellent. Looks real cool. You know, it occurred to me though that Miss 1776. I wonder what her reaction to Mrs. Victoria Freeze would be.
I don't know that she knows about Mrs. Victoria Freeze.
I don't think I do. Which one is that?
Go ahead, Ox. Explain to her what the
yeah. So
is, and I'll bring up the picture when you get to your.
You know, Mr. Freeze is comic book villain, right? Batman.
Okay. Yeah.
and married to Nora Freeze, right? He froze her, right?
Right.
So of course, and his name is Victor Freeze, right? So of course, right, when they are planning to introduce this character to the new Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, right, video game that was a horrible flop. Of course, what they're doing there is Victoria Freeze and made her a woman, and she is a barrel of a person with a shaved head essentially, and but still married to Nora Freeze.
So they basically took the original character and made it a chick.
Yeah, this is it on screen if you look.
I'm so tired of that stuff. Why did they do that? What was the point of that?
Probably representation, but they're not talking. It's an upcoming release to the video game.
Wait, hold on. I wasn't paying attention when you guys were talking about. Wait, that's supposed to be a female? I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's Victoria Freeze, married to Nora Freeze.
Oh, okay. You could have fooled me. Anyway.
What's that South Park? What was that South Park thing that they said? What did they say on South Park?
Oh yeah, put a chicken and make her lame and gay.
Yeah, that's why I just feel like, okay. I mean, why? What was the purpose of this? Yeah, exactly, Nico.
Well, I'll tell you the purpose of it. It's marketing. Right now, everybody's talking about a game that nobody's playing, and and what they want people to do is purchase the game so that they can take a look at it and then complain about it and make YouTube videos about it and complain about it and get people talking about it and complaining about it, and then get angry purchases from people that support the agenda.
People should stop purchasing the game.
Yeah, no, they're hoping to drum up as much controversy as possible. Probably, right? This is a probable scenario.
This is like
so
the Velma
that they
thing.
can get, yeah, but nobody's playing the game.
Stop playing crap. Yeah, okay. If they're not playing it, then it won't make money. Then it'll go away.
Agreed. No, but they already have like contracts related to development of the game. They're probably going to wind the game down early, though. I mean, like even older games, have like hundreds of or with thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of players playing it. Like, let's say Skyrim. What is it? Or no, an online game. We are Call of Duty. Let's look up, Call of Duty, Steam, chart, Steam. Well, yeah, Steam player numbers, player count. Okay, so right now there are 81,000 people playing, Call of Duty, right?
Which one is the real you?
If we go to Suicide Squad, the number of people playing it right now is 497. Like just 497 people are playing it on Steam.
Man, when I
Whereas
would
like Call of Duty is like 81,000. And there hasn't been a new Call of Duty game in a while and such. But like they're still playing these older games. Whereas with and granted that's very popular, but Suicide Squad wanted to be very popular. It's not supposed to be a niche game. But right now only like 500 people are playing it. And that's a consistent number. I mean, if we look at the...
We're about ready to launch Mr. Freeze. Hold that thought. I've got an idea. Sorry.
I mean, April's like the average player. Yeah, the average player in the last 30 days, it's like 162 or 163 players.
Yeah, the game's dead.
Yeah.
The game's dead. They have to release whatever DLC they had planned. They have to because it's under a live service game, so they have to. Otherwise, they could get sued for false advertisements.
Yeah.
So anything they have planned and had planned as a roadmap, they have to release regardless of sales. So
Yeah.
the only thing they're going to drum up is going to be controversial talk. Nobody's. I highly even. I don't even think people are going to hate by the game because the game is so shitty that
Yeah.
you're not even going to want to play through it unless you are an actual reviewer or somebody who is doing this like online constantly, and that's part of your shtick there. Then yeah, maybe you will hate by it. But other than that, no. Normal people, they're not going to drum up any other player bases or money from this, especially with this move. You're going to turn more people away.
The thing is, once you get a whale, and that's what these people look for is a whale buyer. Once you get a whale, regardless of whether they're having fun or not, they're gonna keep doing it. With casinos, the whales more often than not lose, but they keep them. They keep them satisfied and coming.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. With the alcohol and the hookers, but when it comes to fandoms. You get a diehard fandom. Like Bob never stopped watching WWE. I did.
No.
Bob never stopped. Okay, regardless of how crap it got, he would still find a way to watch it. Whether it was having to go to a sports bar to watch the pay-per-view because he didn't have the money or didn't want to spend the money on it, or actually spending the money and just being disappointed at the end. He suffered through it, and that's what they want people to do. Right now, they've got 400 people suffering through it, and they want to increase those numbers. And just getting eyes on the product is the name of the game right now. Trump showed everybody that you don't have to kowtow to anything, and you can still make money. And find
I hear what you're
an
saying.
audience.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think that's this. I think this is purely, as I think it was Bob who said it, this is purely like obligation. Because, I mean, this is built to be a live service game, which means that they need players to actively be playing it. And 500 players, playing the game at the monthly peak is not enough. It's not enough to sustain the game unless all of those guys are whales.
No, they are losing hand over fist on a game like that with that many players, especially the servers. I mean, it's going to have the shelf life of the contract. You're right. You're absolutely right. 100%. Let me amend what I've got to say there. What we are witnessing is the live version or a version of what would be on the news, a police shootout as people try to escape from the bank. The camera's up there and the cops are there. They're already there, but you are committed now to leaving that bank and trying to get away. So you're going to walk down the street shooting people and get in this big old car chase to try to do that. There's no turning back. There's no passing, no returning, going back, pass and go, whatever the case may be. They have to do that. That happened in Florida, by the way, for real. This guy's walking down the street with bulletproof armor, mowing down cops like nobody's business. It was wild. But then again, that was the 1900s. That's the way things were. Nico
1900s
says,
were a wild time.
Maybe they're desperate and are trying to scrounge. I hadn't seen that word in a while. Some money through the controversy the character will bring, or delusional enough to think that they double down the game will succeed this time.
Yeah, that's what it seems
maybe.
like. That's pretty fair.
It's possible, but I think they know they're going to die. I think they know the game is going to die, and that when the server contract is up, they will not. They'll be shutting down the game, and everybody will lose their money and all of their saved stuff.
Yeah, this is an online only game. I think that it would behoove them to work on making the game playable offline, at least to some extent, so that they can like argue that they don't have a responsibility to keep it live. But yeah, I mean, they're in a pickle because it is a live service game. It is a game that has to be played online. So
Yep.
yeah,
Once the kids are grown, they're out of there.
What the hell you say?
They are in for the commitment, but once that commitment's over, I think they're gone.
Yeah, it's done.
That's what's going to go down. Speaking of which, that topic was removed from the wheel, so let's pick a new one. Oh, I forgot to give you thought 76.
What do we got? Arbitration.
All right, there was a big controversy because Vince McMahon asked for arbitration in the case that's against him, a civil case, citing the fact that she signed a contract that said that they had to go through arbitration and she couldn't sue. Which of course becomes null and void once it's established that there was a crime. No crime has been established yet. Yes, there's plenty of allegations, and they need to look into stuff. And I personally will side with the plaintiff on this one, not the defendant. So, with that being said, initially we had John Laurinaitis saying, "Yes, I was also a victim," even though he's named in the suit. I'm going to side with the plaintiff here and point my fingers at Mr. McMahon. They saw an opportunity to get rid of everything and decided, Mr. Laurinaitis would also like arbitration as well, which will take it into private, of course. So what winds up happening is that WWE, who is also named in the suit, has some of their top brass named in the suit. It's smart for them to go into arbitration. So here's how I see things. And of course, I could be wrong. But Vince McMahon has totaled out all of his WWE stock, TKO stock, to the tune of close to $2 billion. And although he hasn't sold them yet, Nick Khan, person from WWE, he's named in the lawsuit representing WWE, has also filed an intent to sell. He hasn't sold them yet, but also to the tune of about $2 billion. Okay, so I think WWE sees an opportunity to pool the pot, if you will, and offer an undisclosed amount that will make everything go away. Because if they can make the civil suit go away, it will push towards the FBI investigation being shut down as well, which is happening right now. So if they can get rid of the civil suit, they stand a better chance of getting rid of the actual criminal suit, which has not been brought up yet. And nobody has been indicted on anything whatsoever. There is an investigation going on, but nothing has been determined as far as we know. So it just makes business sense for them to side with Mr. McMahon. But people are looking at it as being scummy and saying that it validates what he did and it backs his play. And it means that they were part of it too. It's an admission of guilt. I just don't see it that way. What do you guys think?
I mean, you're always going to have your court of public opinion on this, so no matter what he does, it's not going to be a good thing. But at the same time, that is what it is, right? That is the system. If that's how it's supposed to be, she signed a contract for that before doing all this and getting her head pooped on, allegedly. I mean,
there's no contract that makes that allowable.
Well, no, but still, I mean, she obviously signed some sort of contract there for arbitration. You said, correct?
Yeah. It was a non-disclosure agreement that she signed to work with the company.
And
And
not
those have
disclose that
just
she got her head allegedly pooped on.
those not the non-disclosure agreement, but the I'm thinking about the no compete clause. That's about to go away
Yes,
in
that is.
6 months. But anyway, I got confused. Miss
Yeah, and
1776.
What the heck did I just hear?
You heard Bob giving details that I wasn't going to disclose.
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
those are the details of the case, amongst other things.
Okay, well, but why? Again, I'm just sitting here going, well, why did you there's no contract that says you have to allow something like that to happen. So
No, there isn't, which is why she's, like coming out against all of it, and, speaking about it.
so why did she go through with it though, I guess is what I'm
She was promised, what was she promised? 4 million? Was she promised $4 million, but only received
you get way
one?
more in a lawsuit. Jeez.
Um,
It's not funny because this poor woman was treated like the
yeah, she had to take a lot of shit.
yeah.
WWE refers to the non-disclosure agreement and separation agreement that Janelle Grant signed, which contains an arbitration clause. The company believes this clause makes court intervention inappropriate. And WWE is requesting that Janelle Grant's lawsuit go to arbitration rather than being heard in court, as per the terms of the agreement she signed. However, if a crime was committed, she does get a chance to speak out, and all of that becomes null and void, which is what the prosecution or her side is saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is the Speak Out? The Speak Out Act is a legislation that protects individuals' rights against speaking out against sexual harassment and assault, even if they have signed an NDA. So Grant's team is going to argue that this invalidates the NDA, but WWE contests this interpretation. And Vince McMahon has, of course, denied everything, and WWE has not taken a side. And, of course, John Laurinaitis initially threw him under the bus and said, he shit on me, too. McMahon resigned from his position at TKO.
Okay, why are there people obsessed with doing that? I guess why?
I don't know.
Of all the things you could do and enjoy in life, why is that one of them?
But also they claim that Adolf had a piss fetish, so I don't know. You never know, I guess.
Sick people just do sick shit, I guess.
You mean the pee-pee tape?
Oh my
No one
God,
ever
these
found that,
people.
did they?
I don't think so.
I'm going to squirt you with water, cat. Better stay off my keyboard.
A squirt bottle on standby.
But I understand. I understand why they would want that. I mean, based on just the allegations, yeah, you don't want this out. It's not a good public reception for anybody involved, especially the company and WWE. I don't think they don't want that, especially because they are so hot right now.
You know, Nico brings up a really good point, okay? Even though he's making a joke. There was a wrestler who wound up doing a lot of things that destroyed his marriage, his career, and everything else. And the thing that brings you into it is the need to be happy, okay? You've all heard stories about the guy who died skydiving, you know. Oh,
Sure.
why was he skydiving? Well, it's because there's an adrenaline rush there. The adrenaline rush is doing something crazy, okay? Some people, something crazy is, you know, stealing something from Walmart, sticking it in your pocket. You know, the shoplifter often doesn't need to steal anything, but they get a rush from it. Okay. And the same thing happens when you explore sexually in the taboo. Unfortunately, that rush winds up not being as much as you repeat something over and over again. So you wind up doing darker and more deviant things. Okay. To get that, which if you're in a marriage like this wrestler was, means when you come home and your wife wants to show a appreciation for the marriage, it doesn't do the same things for you if you've been in a poop house with Mr. McMahon. So therein lies the complications. Now, so by the time you get into the R. Kelly, P. Diddy stuff, you have gone so far away from just regular relations that regular relations will do nothing for you, unless you wind up just stopping completely cold turkey and starting from scratch, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the point is, by that time, you've already gone too far, and if you haven't recognized an issue, then you never will.
Yeah.
So,
and $4 million is a lot of money, especially in today's economy. People.
That's no shit off my back.
Yeah. So, I mean,
let's
Bob, don't even tell me that you would do that for $4 million, because that sounded a little bit like.
That's a woman's role. That's not a man's role.
You're just disgusting.
My clip for this week. My clip for this week. WWE. Lightning round. Oh, what does Nico says? Yes, let's get along to the next subject. All right, the lightning round. Let me get that music going here. Where is it? There it is. The lightning round. This week's lightning round is a celebration of Furiosa, as we have 7 questions about George Miller. 3 answers, 1 possibly right, and we got 7 questions to get through. So, again, if you get something right, give yourself a point. If you get one wrong, you don't got to do anything. Just stay as you are. And Cole, if you want to abstain, we can do that, or I can just put you at the very end so that you can answer last. And
well, give me a shot. Put him before me.
No.
You can message Kitty. Okay, that's what you can do.
Yeah. Message Kitty about George Miller.
So here we go with question number 1. For which film did George Miller win his first Academy Award? Was it Babe, Happy Feet, or Mad Max Fury Road?
I'm going to go with fucking Happy Feet.
Happy Feet, huh? Okay. It's 1776.
Which movie's the oldest? Is it Mad Max?
No, it's Mad Max Fury Road. Just came out this week.
Okay, then Babe. I'll go with Babe.
Babe, okay. Bryce says Babe. Cole, what's the right answer?
The right answer, you can hear me, right?
Barely.
Okay, I'll try to fix that. Okay, that should be better, maybe.
Yes, I can hear you a little louder.
Okay, yes, the right answer is sadly Happy Feet, and it's his only Oscar to date. Yeah, somehow.
How did Babe not win?
I mean, it did.
Fucking Babe.
It's a talking pig.
Yeah.
No, it won visual effects, and it got like a Best Picture nom. But yeah, he wasn't the visual effects guy. Same thing with all the Fury Road noms and wins.
Stop giving away the other questions. George Miller directed a segment in which anthology film? Was it Paris, Je t'aime? I brutalized that, Brian. I know that. 4 Rooms, Twilight Zone, the movie.
Fuck. Twilight Zone, the movie?
76?
I'm going to go Twilight Zone, the movie.
And Cole, what's the right answer?
The right answer is the film that killed 3 people. Yeah.
Twilight Zone, the movie. Yes.
Twilight Zone, the movie. Everybody, give yourself a point. Cole, you should be in the lead by now with 2, right?
Yeah, well, I believe Bob's tied.
Yeah, we're tied.
Good, Bob. You cheated.
Don't discount me. I got the first one right.
I don't think
Nico
Bob
said
should have
Paris.
that point.
What's going on here? This is bullshit. I'm getting screwed already.
It's like you're hanging out with the McMahons. Next question. George Miller originally trained and worked in which profession before becoming a filmmaker? Was it medical doctor, x-ray technician, or police photographer? Bob the Goon.
I don't know. It seems so obvious, but whatever. I'm gonna go with police photographer.
Okay, 76.
I'll go with X-ray technician.
Okay. And Cole?
This one I actually don't know, but to make it
Yeah.
interesting, I'll just say medical doctor, so we'll pick one.
Okay. And the correct answer is medical
Oh,
doctor.
man.
Wow, whatever, Cole. Bullshit.
This is your fault, Bob.
Yes, he was studying to be a doctor before he became a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a toughie.
George Miller directed an episode of which medical drama television series in the 1970s? Was it The Flying Doctors, Bush Doctors, or Gold Coast Medical?
Oh, I have not a clue of a TV show from the 70s. What sounds the best? Bush Doctor? Bush Doctors.
Yeah, nowadays that's what they call doctors that actually work on women. 1776.
I'm gonna go with Gold Coast Medical.
Okay. And Cole, which is the right answer?
The flying doctor. I actually.
I actually didn't think I was going to challenge you on any of these.
Yeah, no, I don't watch like TV too often, so I really don't know. I'll just go like Bush Doctors, I guess, but I really actually don't know.
It was The Flying Doctors.
That seems so stupid, though.
It's an Australian television show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so no points allowed. Here we go.
In which film did George Miller explore the theme of genetic engineering? Was it Ex Machina? Was it The Children of Men? Or was it The Island of Dr. Moreau? Bob the Goon? Don't go to IMDb.
I'm not. I'm just sitting here kind of stumped. I swear. I'm just sitting here looking at my screen. Oh, fuck. Did I see that? Children of Men?
Okay. Miss 1776?
I'm gonna go with Ex Machina.
Okay. Okay. And Cole, which one is the right one?
Again, I actually, again, I know a lot about the films he actually directed, but I don't really know as much about, like, that. But I'm gonna, just from the, premise or whatnot of, like, what your question is, I believe that's Dr. Moreau, because I've seen all three of them, and I don't think the other two would like that at all.
Yeah.
Well, Nico says Dr. Moreau, and Bryce says Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
And the answer is The Island of Dr. Moreau.
What am I thinking? The Children of Men.
Yeah,
Fuck
it's like,
you.
it's obviously, like, robotic stuff, but I know Ex Machina isn't like that. It's
Well,
just, like,
wait.
AI robot.
I guess I got confused because I don't know. I'm the Island of Dr. Moreau. Isn't that the fucking Val Kilmer
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah, Marlon Brando going crazy, breeding, weird genetic creatures. Yeah,
he
and
made
please
that?
God, yes. Well, no, he probably did something like on it, maybe produced it. He didn't direct
Okay.
it.
Okay, because
yeah,
I know that
and-
movie had so many. That's why it threw me off because I know that movie had so many problems and.
Yeah, it did. And please do not ever recommend that for a stream, Mrs. It is terrible.
Well, what I'm upset about is I knew that answer because I've read about that movie.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. Like, all right, that fucked with me. Okay, got me on that one.
These questions are always so super simple and easy. They're
Whatever.
never confusing or misleading at all. George Miller directed the music video for which popular band song Do the Evolution? Was it Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, or Nirvana?
Oh fuck. This is my era too. This is so bad. I know all three of these bands. Pearl Jam.
Okay.
I just know it's not Nirvana. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Soundgarden?
Don't bite me, cat. I will thump you in the nose. Soundgarden. Okay, you said Soundgarden? Cole?
Yeah.
I'll go with Pearl Jam, I guess. I don't think it's Nirvana, and I don't really know much about Soundgarden, to be honest.
But you do know a lot about George Miller. Let's see. So did Bry, and so did Nico. Look at that.
Yeah.
Give yourself points. Bry, you can add one more to your point score there. That's good. And let's see. For this one, George Miller worked as a producer on which 1990s era film about a talking pig? Was it Babe, Pig in the City, Babe, or Babe, City Pig Goes Hawaiian?
Babe.
76.
Babe.
Cole?
Yeah, I guess I'll go Babe.
Okay. It turns out he worked on the sequel, Babe, Pig in the City,
Wait, but
as
hold
a
on.
producer.
Wait, okay, it says producer, though. He produced both of them. He only produced the first Babe, though. I know that he directed the second, which is Pig in the City. That's why I said Babe. Your question is wrong.
Yeah, my question is not wrong. My question is eerily right.
But he did it on both.
No, he wrote one and he produced the other. Okay, so he wrote Babe, worked as one of the writers on that. He was not a producer. He produced Babe, Pig in the City, but didn't direct it or write it.
Okay, well, look,
I tried to double check that. And
I'll double check it for you because I'm pretty sure.
Babe, City Pig Goes Hawaiian is completely made up.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
That never
I
happened.
would watch that though if that was
That
a
was
movie.
being talked about at the same time as Beetlejuice Goes Hawaii.
Yeah, it's one of those things that even if he was a producer, it would have been awesome if he was a producer on that and it never got made. That would have been awesome. But yeah, and if I'm wrong, Cole, you get the point.
Okay.
We all get the points.
Everybody
We all
gets the
chose
point.
Babe.
Okay,
Damn it.
everybody gets the point. If it turns out to be wrong, and when has AI ever been wrong?
Never.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, I can't
What
read
does
that.
it say?
I don't know what it says. I can't read that small. I don't have my reading glasses on. Let me make it full screen.
Producers.
Yeah, come on. I'll zoom in for you. All
Okay.
right, it says producers.
Everybody gets a point. Everybody gets a point. And therein lies the lesson about AI, ladies and gentlemen. Double check your work or you will be embarrassed in public. Not the first time that's ever happened to me. Not going to be the last. So let's go back and spin the wheel. Oh, full screen still. Look at that. What are we going to do, Kat? You want to push the button? Go ahead. Final score for the comment section. Bry got 3 and Nico got 5. I hope you guys scored yourself the extra for Babe, Pig in the City. Because that one just crapped itself all over the place. So it got McMahon. So, yes, Furiosa and Garfield. Big talk of the internet earlier this week because even though they're the number 1 or number 2 for the weekend, and it being a Memorial Day weekend, it is the lowest in what, Bob? 30 years? Something like that?
No, 41 years.
41 years. I'm wrong
Yes,
again.
if I remember that correctly.
So they're having a box office meltdown as Furiosa or Garfield at the time of my looking this up. We're getting ready to win the weekend. Now, the weekend isn't over until Tuesday, but so far, it is. What is this? A Mad Max saga may only open to 31 million to 33 in 4,000 theaters. My goodness. Yeah. Two films are closer than expected, but most rival studios expect Warner Brothers to take the top with Furiosa ahead of Sony's and Alcon's Garfield movie. So blah 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 blah.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing I didn't think of earlier, but it reminds me of now that I think is a real big reason you have a decline in people going to the theater, and I've noticed this the last few times. Now, I know this depends on the theater you go to, what you have in your area, what's available, yada yada, but where I am...
poverty?
Well, besides that, I have nothing but Regal, around me. So if I want to go to a movie, I got to go to a Regal. Fine. That's great. I go there. The problem is the movie starts at, let's say, 3:30. So fine, you get there 3:15. You sit down in your seat. They got bullshit playing before that. 3:30 starts. I'm watching 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm not including the trailers in this, but 20 to 30 minutes of pre-trailer fucking ads, commercials for bullshit that don't belong in a movie theater, car commercials, shit that I would be seeing at home on TV. I think.
Well, what do you think is keeping the movie theaters open? It's definitely not the movies.
Exactly, and I get that. But that is a huge, because before the trailers even start, I've been bombarded with bullshit. And then, I love watching movies. That was always my favorite part of going to the movies, especially as a kid, was watching the trailers before a movie. And then the movie. That was awesome. I don't want to be bombarded with fucking Cialis commercials and Honda commercials and bullshit like that. And then fucking Maria Menounos talking to me for 15 minutes. That's a huge deterrent for me. And I would assume a lot of other people too, because I see people are complaining about that.
Well, kind of like anybody who visited the McMahon or Diddy house, you're a captive audience.
Yeah, you're stuck. You're kind of.
Walter's right. Garfield is really going to hate Mondays when the box office numbers comes out more accurately tomorrow.
I'm fine with the ads and everything they play before it. My big issue, though, is that with some of them, they don't have those 30 minutes of ads for some reason. They can't just have them for all of them. So I have to go 30 minutes early, or else I could miss 30 minutes of the film.
That's what I mean. And like I said, I don't mind the ones when the ads that are playing when you're there early. That's fine. That is completely fine. But when the movie time is 3:30, you already have usually 15 minutes of actual movie trailers before the movie too. So you're talking, like a half hour to 40 minutes before the movie actually starts. Then if you go see a movie, that's fucking 2:45 or 2:50 or tilting 3 hours, Jesus Christ. You've been in the movie theater for 4 hours. That's insane.
So as of Friday, we have Furiosa in the lead with $10 million. Warner Brothers putting that out. Garfield with a hot second at $8 million on Friday by Sony Pictures. Paramount even coming in above Disney Fox with If, and Kingdom of the Planets of the Apes scrolling in at number 4 before we get to all the other usual suspects of Lionsgate, Universal, Angel Studios, and Focus Features, Screen Gems, and sadly at the bottom, A24. But that's going to change when The Rock comes in and puts them between a hard place and a pee bottle. I'm usually looking at my phone during the ad, so I don't even give a damn. Well, then you bring your own entertainment, Walter. That's a lot of people bring their children and just set them in the aisles in a basket. The wee ones.
And have the babies crying. Thank you. I really want to hear that during my films.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, some people are complaining about Disney making Deadpool a hard R because it's going to limit the children showing up at the audience. Have they been to a theater lately?
Yeah, they still get in. It's insane.
They still get in. They still do their things.
And there was like 3 of them in this showing for 22 Jump Street. I went to with a friend back in the day, and they would not shut up. They ruined the whole experience. It was
the babies crying, somebody nursing their babies, just
being on their phones, chatting. It's it's like, and they don't supervise this at all, and you wonder why theaters are dying. Jesus fucking Christ! Especially the one
all these things.
If you've ever watched a pirated movie lately, you can hear them in the background.
Like the theater I used to go to in the past when I was still living in Canada, it was, great. So I didn't usually have those issues, but since moving, it's come up a shit ton. Know how everybody else feels now. It's makes me just not even want to go to theaters. Although I'll probably go later today just to see that Furiosa, and then tell Joker why he's wrong.
And the thing is, I was going to take my family to go see that, my eldest and my wife, and neither of them wanted to go see Furiosa or Garfield. And my youngest didn't want to go see Garfield either. So there's really not a demand for the product that's actually out this weekend, and that could also come into play when it comes to deciding why things aren't being seen. I think somebody out there even complained that they shouldn't have done a Furiosa prequel. They should have done a Mad Max prequel, right, Cole?
Oh yeah.
If only we had a Mad Max prequel film,
Yeah, where he goes through the academy, graduates, meets his wife, have a baby, and becomes a police officer.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah, that would be a great A24 Mad Max film. That's what that would be. I think the only thing missing would be his mother being gunned down by a motorcycle gang or something that gets him to go to the police force.
Yeah.
But no, Mad Max is the prequel that that guy's looking for. It is the story of how Mad Max becomes mad. There is nothing before that.
We're
because
doomed. We're doomed as a generation, as people. History is slowly being forgotten. Not even even real history, and now filmatic history is just gone. People, if it didn't come out in the year 2000, or if it's not shown on TikTok, it never happened. So.
Well,
Holy
good morning, Multi-Topic. It's good to see you here this morning. We are just about to spin the wheel of topics. We've got about 5 topics left on the wheel. I think 2 or 3 of them, somebody's going to regret that we landed on it. But they were in the news this week. Agatha All Along, Rippaverse and McFarlane Toys, the X-Men movie news. What's coming to DVD and Comcast, Netflix, Apple. Oh my! How are you this morning, sir?
Doing good.
Your mic is very low. You need to turn it up.
Oh, really? 1 sec.
God, who invited the French Canadian? Jesus Christ.
That would be me. I sent him a link for today's show. I haven't been able to be on his show recently because the kids got out of school and ate up all of my time, as kids are wont to do when they have a dad around the house. I know a lot of people don't, but these kids do. Furiosa was a mess, in my opinion, in terms of pacing, in my opinion. Even with the understanding of the character's approach, it still felt disjointed. Just a average movie, in my opinion. Sorry for all the typos. Lol. Or should I just actually do it? Sorry for all the typos. How's your mic doing, Multi-Topic?
I'm still working on it.
Okay. Well, let's spin, and we'll introduce them to everybody, and when we go. Let's do that. Well, it's Agatha All Along. Agatha All Along. Now, what this does is it points out Disney's inability to change with the views that people have, once they have a plan, and we talked about this earlier when it came to the streaming of the game, once you are committed to something, you must follow it through. You are contractually obligated to finish things off. However, something like a name title, they were just trolling everybody when they were putting out all of the different titles, because not only did they have a title, but they had an entire opening sequence already made. Take a look.
Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along.
So, for those who haven't seen MCU stuff, I'm wondering if they will really know what's going on with that.
Probably not, considering the viewership of each of the shows. They're the only ones in on the joke that they trolled the interwebs with all of the false names. And they've gotten to a point where now that's part of their shtick in trolling the interwebs. They tried to do that with the self-aware meta comedy of She-Hulk. And they tried really hard. They worked all that in. They did their best to do all this meta stuff without actually working on making a quality product. So,
Yeah, or having it be
cinema.
funny or creative. Yeah.
So they went through and had all these titles going through and made everybody think that they just couldn't make up their mind. And they thought they wanted us to think that they were in disarray and chaos and were going to put out a crap product. But no, they knew all along what they were going to do. They were just trolling us about their crap product.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work when you've done these crappy things many times before for real. The joke doesn't work then. And also, nobody was freaking out because nobody even cares about this show coming out. They're just like, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, multi-topic. Let's start with you.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? Do I come clear right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, Agatha, I've only heard about her because I haven't really seen WandaVision yet, but I gotta say that sounds terrible because I don't think many people knows about her. And based on what I've heard, I don't think she's that well, I should say, based on what I've heard, I don't know if there's really that appeal and that crave to see get that TV show. But again, I will still maybe end up watching it eventually because it's MCU, and I know a lot of people will be like that. But yeah, I don't think she is a Spider-Man or Batman. Like, she is something not that many people know.
Are you familiar with the character from the comic books or just from the MCU?
Just from the MCU.
Okay. She was a minor character in the comic books, a Salem witch, if you will. And now she's a minor character in the MCU with a 2-episode premiere, so they don't have to put us through much.
Thank God for that.
The best answer we can seek for.
Bob, are you familiar with the comic book history of Agatha Harkness?
No, I am familiar with her through the MCU. I did watch I'm only familiar with her through WandaVision. I watched that, so I know of her through that. I really don't have too much. I didn't have too much knowledge of all these that they were having title issues there. I really didn't even think that was a real ad that you showed, but that is comically.
I actually
Like, seriously,
thought it was one of the things he usually makes for a show. It felt like it.
I swore that I thought you were going to say like that was like an AI placement. It was like that is just I would.
Well,
never even
Disney's
watch
not
that.
above using AI even in their own productions,
No.
as we know from the titles for Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
whatever
which
that
is
was.
fine, whatever if they want to do it, but I mean that just looked. cheeseballish and just stupid, and I don't know how that would drum up any interest from anybody that's not, like hardcore into that shit.
Oh, Marvel, you scamp. You got me again. The 1776.
I'm a normie. Would you say like a normie? Is that yeah? So I mean, eh.
Awesome. Cole,
Yeah.
any final thoughts?
Yeah, nothing much. Just I don't mind the character from what I've seen so far, but yeah, I'm not that interested to really see a show or film with her unless they, of course, do it properly, which I don't think they will. But you never know, I guess. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, it just seems like it's just another typical Disney Plus. We need content. Here you go.
It's just another Echo show,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an echo of echo. Of echo. Of echo. All right. Well, what is this? What is this? Hold on. Something happened here.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's Warren.
Warren. Good
Warren,
morning.
how the heck are you? Awesome. Moving on.
Oh, I overslept. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
okay.
Good morning, Warren.
Feel free to oversleep. Feel free to be busy. Feel free to call in from the bowling alley, man. I still keep forgetting through the week to download the bowling alley sound effects to throw up behind you when you talk. One day I will remember, and it'll just be absolutely hilarious to me and maybe one other.
Oh. Okay. It is a running joke. This is true.
Yeah. So, did you see the Agatha Harkness thing?
Yes, I did. I think that show should never exist.
Really? You're not gonna toe the company line?
No, yeah, because that show is just she's not even a major character. It's just because Catherine Hahn is a great actress, and they're like they love her, and fair enough. But like they're milking something that I don't want. I don't want any of this oat milk, so I'm good.
They're milking Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, basically.
So, Rurin, why are you saying that? I mean, everyone knows Agatha, don't we?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, multi. We've had chats. I mean, I'm more excited for the other series that was announced, but that's for another time. But like, I just don't see the point of having Agatha. She's not going to be a major character unless Disney decides, oh, Catherine Hahn, we want you to, unless they're basically saying that she's going to show up again for another Scarlet Witch. When Scarlet Witch returns, that's basically what they're saying. So
I think Agatha Harkness and She-Hulk need to share an apartment in Manhattan.
Yeah,
that's probably the way that it should go. But you know what? What you say about Disney milking the Agatha Harkness thing really makes this particular clip make a whole lot more sense.
God.
I got PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Should we spin the wheel again?
I guess.
Yes, we should.
Before we get back to the McMahon references.
Just to close off on Agatha, I feel like they want her to be the new Loki. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you, Multi, there.
Well, there's two things I never thought would cross paths, except at maybe a Comic-Con. Greeting and a handshake and a signature for about $150. But they have decided to join forces, and somebody is solidifying himself as a person who can sell things for an extreme amount of money. Let's take a look. Yeah, we don't got to watch the whole 2 minutes of it. They made a statue in collaboration, and their pre-orders are available right now, and they're going for like $400+
Oh,
statuettes.
Of a raging white woman, I'm good. I'll
Mm-hmm.
pass.
Yippee
Okay.
of a character that's horrendous, yippee and dull. I'm definitely gonna buy that.
Well, you've got you've got the white Karen versus white Karen, and which one's going to make the more money?
pretty one.
I hope neither.
Yeah, no.
I'm with Miss. I want the pretty one to make money.
Here's the thing. I mean, the way manufacturing is going on right now, there's probably a manufacturer on demand deal. I don't know that's the case. I have no proof of that. This is only speculation on my part. But there was a lot of things back in the 1900s on television where you would order something online from an infomercial, and they basically had quotas. If you sold X amount, then they would go into production. If not, then they only produced the one item for the infomercial. So whether it was an air fryer, whether it was a cookbook where you were learning how to use ramen in 250 different ways and recipes, those, if they didn't get sold to a certain degree, they didn't get made. So it's my assumption here, again, let's put a speculation hat on this. It's my assumption that they've already done the prep work, that they've done the initial scans, and everything else is already done. And what you are looking at there is a prototype that when the orders come in to a certain degree, they will go into production. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not people start posting the videos of the statuette as they come in. So what do you think, Bob?
I see. I would. I mean, the statue looks cool to me. I don't know anything about the character or anything like that. I know who Young Rip is, but I don't know it really much. I know he's got his comic book. I know he did it all himself. That's cool. I mean,
You can really tell that he did it all himself with that level of writing and
Well-
art and everything, you know.
I guess I don't know. I've never really even looked at it, to be honest with you.
Well,
But,
as,
I mean, the
as a
sta-
comic
the
book
statue-
guy who's
yeah.
doing everything himself, I do all the writing, all the inking, all the misspellings, and the grammatical errors. I do all that myself, as Miss 76 will attest. Those are my mistakes and my mistakes alone. But it's interesting to see the way he's able to stay financially stable enough to expand his product line. I try not
Well,
to
it's-
delve into the politics of how he gets attention or eyes on the product.
Sure.
But
His is all like, if I'm correct, he just all crowdfunds from his fan base, correct?
it's kind of a crowdfund, but it's not through a crowdfunding platform.
Sure, they're mostly just straight actual like donation. Like here, we're like either pre-ordering or something like that.
Yes,
like
he
early.
goes through a whole pre-order campaign, is what he's calling
Yeah.
them, and he's not offering perks and things like that. He's not going
Sure,
through
it's-
Kickstarter because they
Yeah,
tried to
it's
keep
just
a lot of
merely
his-
just to get the money, and then you get the whatever the finished product is
Yeah.
at the end. I would assume. Okay.
So because he's got a Kickstarter template on his what do they call that? The WordPress website. He's got the Kickstarter plugin on there. He does not have to necessarily say that he did a crowdfunding campaign. You buy it, you get it. But again, if you're only printing to order, then you can do that. But he gets to a point where he doesn't have to print to order, and he can order extra copies and start selling them in plastic containers and charging a lot more for them because they've been quote unquote graded. It's 76. How do you feel about Angry Karen getting a statue before his debut character Isom the Black Man?
No, I don't care. I like it. I understand why he's doing it. It's because the people who like his comics are drawn to that character because she's a beautiful looking character. So, I mean, I don't care. I mean, shoot, how many guys go for the anime chicks and want the anime chick statue over like the main dude statue. So I mean, it's not like a shocker to me.
Cole,
Yeah.
awesome multi-topic.
Sorry, what
The
was the
pretty
question again?
seal. The pretty seal, I gotta say.
Oh well, yeah. I can understand. Yeah, that the decision. Yeah, I'm sure it would sell more than the main character. So gets it smart there. Will I be buying it? I don't know. Make a good character first, and then I might actually buy a statue of it.
I'm not wasting money on that, to be honest. I'd rather spend it on someone else or something else.
Yeah, something that's actually
I
well written. But hey, if people are into that, and they actually do like the comics somehow, then sure, by all means, people waste money on anime statues. So I guess it wouldn't be the dumbest thing.
No. I think he has found his whales, and I think he's going after them the best way he knows how. Um, did you have anything more to say on the topic, Multi?
I don't know if I should bring this up, but I will still do it. Maybe. So Ripa, Eric Ripa, I'm not the biggest fan of him. Maybe that's a reason why I'm not that driven toward consuming his product or merchandise or whatever. I think that can be a factor for someone to buy or not a Ripaverse thing. So that's maybe the last thing I will say.
Yeah, I think he has gotten to a point where he's not going to be winning anybody in the comics, indie comic scene. He's not going to be winning a new clientele within that. However, his thing has always been to reach outside the limited indie comic scene to other people outside of it, introduce new people, which is, I think, should probably be the goal of indie comics, is to expand readership beyond the small niche that's out there, and bring in new fans. You should be willing to grow your audience and not stick with just a limited audience, I believe.
I
So
agree.
what he's
That's a
doing
good
is working
statement.
for him, and it's not working for a lot of other people. And he does hold very strong opinions and isn't afraid to ruffle feathers within an industry that has not shown him a kindness either. So
Yeah, but wouldn't you say because of him doing that and the things prior, that's why? I mean, like it's a double-edged sword. He kind of asked for it.
I think he did work outside the system. And I think that did make him more of an outsider. That solidified him as an outsider to go ahead and not follow the norms, not go through the proper channels, not go through distribution systems, not go through Kickstarter, or go to the regular printers that are out there that do everything for everybody and wind up housing everything for everybody, or go through the various companies that wind up creating a business for themselves that live off of comic book creators. There's whole platforms out there that say, hey, you want to break into comics? We'll get you into stores. All you got to do is buy X amount of comic book prints ahead of time, store them at our warehouse, and then pay us to ship and deliver these items while we hold on to the ones that don't get sold. And that may be convenient, but it's not smart business to start off in the hole with that much, because you're at the mercy of people that really don't care as much about the business as they care about their own business making money in the business. I've seen it in acting as well, where there's more money made from training people to be actors than there is acting. And a lot of actors wind up being coaches rather than and sticking with the character of the week in LA, while others turn to holding these boot camps during what do they call that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The way you said coaching and everything, it gave me flashbacks to Robert Davi and Showgirls.
Exactly. So there's people that make money in the system that aren't actually producing products, and if you choose not to listen to those people, more power to you. MSK will take this segment and use it for an hour talking to point out Rippaverse slander. So
Well,
it's
that'd be weird because I literally just stand for the Rippaverse. So how could he do that?
I mean, I don't know much about the Rippaverse. I just know that does talk about stuff in entertainment and comics. But I mean,
just
marketing
because
is.
it's black, isn't it?
I mean, he's filling in a quota, I guess.
Money laundering.
I will say that marketing is marketing, and to end, I just think that listen, in League of Legends, they promote this character named Lux. That's a blonde white woman. Blonde white women are with blue eyes are like a thing. So
Sounds
that's
sexy. I want it.
so hey, that's as much as I'm gonna say. I just I personally don't buy these statues because I rather just like multi. I rather use my money for something else. Like I can't read a
Like an
book
actual
over.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman.
No,
you,
blondes.
yeah, could turn and yeah, you don't want to. You
I
may
don't-
want to rephrase
He's
that.
holding out for the McRib.
I prefer a pasty redheaded woman, but that's another.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. We have the same taste, Ren.
I thought it was a redheaded woman with pasties.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's my. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's a $400 statue. I'm not gonna pay that. I'd rather buy 400 comic books than buy a statue. Sorry.
I'm not even sure that includes shipping and handling. Warren, how'd you get 5 points? You weren't even here for the game.
My God, I need to. That's from last week. Let me take.
Oh, it's 8
Yeah.
points. Look at that.
Jesus.
Were there even 8 questions?
No, there
No.
was only 7 this time around.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I missed the game. Damn.
You missed the game. You missed the game. You missed a lot. There was like 37 topics on this spinning thing.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? One more?
Sure.
Get it.
Oh, didn't we do this one already?
X-Men movie news?
I guess we did.
Did we?
Didn't
Did we
pull it up
talk about
from-
X-Men?
Yeah. I said they no, not X-Men movie news. I was Deadpool that I didn't
Yeah, there
prepare
was Deadpool
for.
and Wolverine.
All right, let me pull it up. Oh, son of a. I
There
didn't
was
do
an
this one either.
X-Man, but not men.
They cast they found their writer. Yeah, I didn't do this one either. They found their writer. Moving on.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, well, with,
That's a big topic. I
without
gotta
the
say.
without the prep, I don't have anything to say about it. You guys want to talk about it for about 5 minutes?
I mean, we could do it next week. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. I'll prep next week. This week's topic. That gives me another topic for next week. I thought it was dead right there.
Yep. Hey.
Okay, coming to DVD. This week, coming to DVD, we have Betty's Bad Luck and Love, Chasing Rain, Fitting In, and Frasier. If this sounds familiar, it's because I did last week's, didn't I? This is last
Yes.
week's. Son of a-
Yes.
I prepped the wrong one. I
Good
gonna
job.
say,
the wrong
with
one.
not Randy
we-
Orton again?
We need to do the dun 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 dun.
What are these movie? What the fuck?
Well, one of them's a show that was pretty lame, but you know.
I gotta ask, Cole, have you seen any of these?
Yes, I've seen 2 of them.
Are they worth watching?
No, no.
Well, you're lame. You just don't understand and appreciate Frasier. It's because you're too young to appreciate.
What do you mean? I like the original show, and yeah, a good point of Frasier though is the supporting cast being built up over time around him, and they just didn't do that though. The supporting characters sucked, and they did nothing to grow with them. They were like the same each episode.
Okay, well, you got me there.
That sounds fun. I gotta say, that sounds fun.
Okay, let me get rid of this real quick. Let me hide that. Here we go. Full screen. There's a lot coming out this week.
Yeah, there is.
On the DVD. Hold on, let me see if I can do this better here. Oh, stupid ads on the side. I don't care about Minions or Frosted Flakes. I only eat Fruit Loops because of gay rights. Coming up next week on Tuesday is Kung Fu Panda 4. Can I get that any bigger? Let me try. Again, guys, I didn't do any prep this week. I should have, but I did not.
That's
Yes.
more prep than others people I know that go on streams. So
Oh, look, there's
Like me, don't call me a multi.
All right. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out on Blu-ray. Bob Marley, One Love. Somebody finally has a chance to see it.
One
Red
Love is cancer. I gotta say,
Yes,
I
it
hated this movie.
It is so bad by the director of King Richard, which somehow got a bunch of Oscar noms.
Okay,
But
there's
I'm-
Arthur the King is also coming out. If you haven't seen Liam Neeson kill somebody yet, you get a chance in Saints and Sinners.
Yeah.
and that-
Did you really just skip over the one good thing there?
I was about to double back, Cole. Why don't you tell us about Anatomy of a Fall?
Oh, it's an amazing film. It came out last year, won like the Palme d'Or, got nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. It's basically like the premise is like there's a wife, a husband, and their son, and the son's like blind, and he finds his
What?
Cole, where'd you go?
So I can
what?
take over from here.
wait,
if
can
he's-
you
he's
not
there.
hear me? Really?
No, well, we can hear you now.
Oh, wait,
you,
now
you,
we can.
you faded out.
I don't know what happened there. Okay, sorry, but yeah, and basically he finds his father deceased in the snow, and then it turns into a whole like courtroom drama, murder thing, and everything involved in that setup. And yeah, it's incredible, incredible acting, incredible story, writing, everything. Definitely recommend it. It's the one good thing here.
I agree.
Well,
I've
there's a
seen
lot
Anatomy.
coming out this week. Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, I liked it. Usually I don't give a crap about French movies. Yes, that may sound weird, but this one was actually a very good movie. And I'm surprised it came out this late because that was a movie from last year, if I am right. So that's surprising they waited that long.
Well, a lot of movies that are independent movies have to be bundled with other films before they can get released to DVD. And so the aggregator will take it, will sign up a project, and then hold on to it until they've got enough of similar items that they can bundle it together with other releases. And then it goes to manufacturer, and then it gets distributed in DVD. And it works the same way with digital outside of the system. In the system, anything goes, and you get Kung Fu Panda whenever, like 3 weeks after released in movie theaters. Oh, we're getting callbacks. We are getting callbacks to earlier in the show, Warren. You missed out. You missed on some shit. So what else is coming out? Squatch Sunset, Red Right Hand, Creation of Gods, Kingdom of Storms. It's got 2 titles.
God, I did see Sasquatch Sunset. It is a weird artsy film. I don't think anybody else would like it here.
You know what? I read this title as Damaged Blu-ray. That's what I read the title as, but it's just damaged.
I mean,
drink
that's
water.
literally, but yeah, they need something. They need a space there or something, a bigger space.
Yeah, just put it in brackets.
But
They had
there's
no clue it would
more.
come out like that.
Yeah.
Knox Goes Away. Thank you for the pop-up ad. Knox Goes Away is out. No Way Up, Popular Theory, Sleeping Dogs, The Bricklayer, and the Kung Fu Panda equivalent, The Tiger's Apprentice.
Yippee.
So a big week for Blu-ray, and the reason I do this is because digital may find you may find issues in digital, as some people in the gaming industry know. If a company goes under, the servers go down, and everything you poured money into will disappear. And eventually, the same thing is going to happen to movie aggregators as they wind up going down. It doesn't make them a whole lot of money to keep something if it's not going to make them any money and host it on the servers. As people found out when Zaslav took a bunch of stuff out of rotation on streaming. So if you can find a product that you like, get a copy of it, make your own digital copy, not pirating, make your own digital copy of a product that you own, and enjoy it at your leisure and at your own time. And then when your computer crashes, it's on you that you don't have it. Walter says, good luck trying to sell damaged Blu-rays onto eBay. Blu-rays have a shelf life, and that shelf life was last year. So if you had some of the really early Warner Brothers stuff, including the Superman box sets, those are probably already corrupted. So if you haven't started ripping stuff, now is the time to do that, because we are limited in what we can do. Let's see. All right, let's hide that choice. And spin the wheel.
Spin it.
Spin is so not predictable at all.
Yeah, come on.
Oh.
God damn
I'm
it.
surprised. I'm
Really?
surprised.
It landed on the line of all things. That's hilarious. Comcast, Netflix, Apple. Oh my! A lot of interesting things happening on digital and streaming. If I can figure out which screen my mouse is actually on. Let's see, where is it? There we go. Yeah. Comcast unveils a streaming bundle that includes Apple TV, Peacock, and Netflix. So we know about the Hulu bundle with Disney and Warner Brothers. Comcast, who they're trying to buy the last of Hulu from, has unveiled their own version of the streaming bundle that includes the two of the companies that have slave viewers, like Apple TV. If you own an Apple product, you've got Apple TV. And you're going to watch it because you have it. So you are a slave to that app. You're a slave to that company. Good luck getting out of there and dropping Apple TV if you don't like it. They're also pairing up with Netflix, who has the same sort of retention as Apple TV. So it's interesting that that's where they're going to put Peacock, which is owned by Comcast, I believe. So Comcast will offer a new bundle streaming service where customers can watch all of the content from da-da-da-da-da. Comcast CEO Robert didn't specify a price for the bundle. I think it's going to be about $15 is what, at this point in time, when I got this back on the 14th, they didn't have a price, but it's going to be about $15. And
that's
you
not
look,
too bad for the free
no,
show.
there is a ton of stuff that they have archived on Peacock and NBC. If my liver brings in $15, that would be horrible, Nico. I would hate to see what my liver would get on the black market. Why you bring me this damaged liver? They are the Stream Savers, the latest in a trend towards streaming bundles this year that launched by the media companies in hopes of driving growth while cutting costs. They're trying to eliminate churn, which is people going from one to the other, to the other, to the other. If you're in a bundle, they stay and just go back and forth between the bundle. So there is that they're trying to do. So in a separate move, ESPN, Fox Corp, Warner Brothers Discover earlier this year announced a launch of an app that will group together most of their respective sports content. And this is something people tend to forget. All of the sports that ESPN, which is Disney, and Fox have are going to come together, and I think they're also going to include Netflix in that. Uh, and all the sports is going to be separate. So if you're bundling one network, you're going to have to go separately to another for sports. And this is the arena where Tony Khan is trying to negotiate streaming rights for his second-rate platform. With people juggling back and forth and dropping things and putting them together and coming together with this and that. Where will the ROH library in standard definition land? All that camcorder footage of young wrestlers, where will it go? Who knows? So, what do you guys think about that?
Kind of good, yeah. I don't know if I'll be buying it anytime soon, but yeah.
I think it's okay. It's just I've never been a fan of Peacock or Apple TV, so.
I think there's just too many streaming services. So if there's a bundle where you can have a bunch of them for one price, if I think that's the case. Is it the case? Is it what's going on? That's actually a great idea because like there's way too many streaming services. It's like everyone wants money even if they don't really have content. And here, like,
I don't know, they're just gonna keep making more though after the bundles, because then they're gonna like say, okay, gotta have more now.
I don't think so.
What they need is a make your own bundle because, like Warren said, you know, I don't watch Apple TV or Peacock really, but I would take like Netflix, Max, and I don't know, like Amazon or something. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be something I could choose myself.
Now, if you got the bundle with the Apple TV, you would then go ahead and pop on over and watch the Godzilla TV series they did because it's there.
They did something like that. What?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Legacy of the Monsters. Yeah, it wasn't good.
It was okay. It was not great.
Come on, Warren, you're capping. That was bad.
He lost his sense of taste. He got the illness.
I said
a few years ago.
Okay. I did not say great. But I think Goon's on to something. I think if people were able to companies did that where you're able to pick and they collaborated, say, okay, you could get the bundle or you could come up with a customary price of picking, and all the companies decided to sit down and do that. I think you got something there, but that's probably for another couple of years, because again, I'm not watching Peacock or Apple TV. I'm watching mostly Netflix because they do have some shows that are interesting, and it's like, okay, cool. So
it's 1776. We don't know how you're spending your money.
Arr.
Did you become a pirate there? You said
No,
arr.
it was a hint. It was a
arr. Okay, that's a hint. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a new game, guys. Is she drinking or watching a streaming channel? Arr. I go with Captain Morgan.
Yeah, it's never too early, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Australia, it's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So I guess that's fine.
I guess they're shut down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say if it was 5 o'clock p.m. or a.m., so.
So who's the pirate channel? I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, you're just going to pirate films. Oh,
I didn't say that. That's illegal. You should never do that.
Yeah,
that's illegal.
That's what you're insinuating there.
No, that is illegal.
I'll say it, you should do it all the time, all right? Because these companies suck shit.
Oh my goodness! Why did I post that?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? What does that even have to do with it? Okay, Walter.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, 76, you could at least shout out the site that you use and give them some credit.
I didn't say that. You guys are insinuating that. I could be talking about Captain Jack Sparrow.
Why would you buy a BBL though?
I wouldn't. Why is that even in here? How did you guys even come up with that, Walter?
Wait, why are you buying a BBL?
Wait, what's a BBL? Because I know what a
Oh,
BBC is.
God.
A Brazilian butt lift.
And they smell after a while.
Oh my goodness.
And they actually do just look ridiculously horrible.
There's no return service for Warren on those ladies.
No. They literally look like the crater of a moon. So
Yeah.
How do you know, Warren?
Because you see enough skanks around
Yeah.
Not me. I don't want it. That's disgusting. I like an all natural woman. I'll take a patty pancake over a BBL. That's all.
Patty pancake.
Yeah.
Okay, Vinnie Mac. Where's that pancake coming from? Nico says multi-topic. Oh, that's multi-topic. Disagreeing with Nico. There's a lot of great shows. Depends on what you are into. How about quality writing? Multi-topic.
There's a lot of great ones. Oh my! I just got what you're trying to say. That's funny. I like it. I'm dying right now because it's hilarious. But there's a lot of good stuff. You just need to know what you like, what you are into, and like if you go on stream, you need to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
I would have preferred like if they did, I don't know, Amazon, Netflix, and then I'm trying to think of another one that someone could. I think Amazon and Netflix would have been a great. I would have already bought that combo because that's two that has good stuff on it. So
I'll tell you what, this may be the last year I have free shipping.
Really?
Yeah. You get the Amazon Prime when you have free shipping and all that other kind of stuff. That was the only reason we got Prime in the first place was because free shipping. We buy a lot of things we don't get out the house, and of course everybody got into that when the pandemic hit because everybody was shipping and receiving, unless you were a lonely person, then you weren't receiving anything. But the price has gotten so ridiculous because they need to pay for all these losses that they're making. And I think maybe next year I will lose half my my digital catalog because even though they're purchases through Amazon Prime, really they're only lifetime rentals. And if I don't have Prime, then I won't have access to them until I start back up again. Which is another one of the reasons you have to double down on your physical media so that you can make your own digital library.
I agree with that. Buy physical copies of stuff. That's so far better than like digital.
Exactly. Don't be like Captain Jack Sparrow over there next to me, pirating shit.
Arguing with people. That's what she was saying. She likes arguing with people.
Yes, that is my form of entertainment.
Yeah, of course she would. She's a feminist.
You know what, Bob? How would you like to be backhanded into next Tuesday? I'll show you feminist in a minute. You want to see feminist?
Did you guys check out that? Oh, come on, Rosales, did you guys check out that video with the raging feminist? People actually spend money for that. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. We don't do a whole lot of we as much as we like making fun of people, we don't do a lot of the political stuff, and really that's a leftist thing and making fun of lefties for doing things. But a lot of leftists show up on this show sometimes on occasion. And everybody should be treated individually. Now those morons they deserve to be taken for every penny they get. And that's fine, because they don't realize that they're doing that. Uh-oh, Bob opened up the wrong window.
So now we have anime music. Okay. Mika so.
Whose song is this?
This is the outro music I have that was made by AI. And
what is it? What language is it in?
It's supposed to be Japanese.
Do we know what it's saying in Japanese so that it's not saying something horrible?
Well, you know what? I put the lyrics in the ending sequence so that if you were curious about what they were saying, you could have a look at that. But no, No, we don't. We are trusting the AI like I trusted them earlier to give me the right answers to the quizzes. I committed a crime and I never would do that.
Mhm.
You're talking to a paralegal here who won't get herself in trouble. Unlike actual lawyers who did that this week. Man.
Oh, shut up, Cole.
No, Walter, don't believe her. She commits other crimes all the time. It's a cover-up. He says from his bunker.
I commit the crime of being on this show with you.
Feminism is a crime against humanity.
Vice versa.
Guys, we have gone a full hour longer than we normally go, so I think it's probably time to move on from here. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. I appreciate all of you out there in the comments coming along with us for this ride for however long that you are with us. Thank you for taking the time to be here and share your day with us. And I don't have a title card or for next week. We don't know except for what's that one topic that we're going to do next week? X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men movie news. We will talk about that.
I will set
Nico
my
says
alarm.
we need to buy Gundams and have fun assembling them. We could do that or touch grass and, save money.
Thank you a lot for having me, man.
No, thanks for being here
I-
when you can. I appreciate people showing up when they wake up.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's the first thing I did when I woke up. I was like, "Oh, they're still live. Okay, let's jump in."
Hey, I will set my alarm clock. I overslept. My bad.
Oh, yeah, and we come back to Walter's Anatomy of a Dying Mic for Cole. Cole, we're going to pitch in. We're going to give money to the coal mine and offer up the company some monies, some bags of monies, so that we can send you a microphone.
I don't think it would work in the bunker, though. I need specific ones.
Damn.
Fine.
Very specific.
Suffer.
In your eyes 風がそっとささやきつけて君と過ごす未来描くよどんな困難さえ乗り越えてそばにいたいから決して終わらない